Here we go with the first fight, Leodis against Mamanci.
So, we're back after quite a long break. There was a lot happening. There was I had a wedding, then I was on vacation. I had no free weekends almost because tournaments and work. So we weren't on the schedule, but we are back now, and we're gonna take a look at most of what was happening during the last month or however long we were gone. So thanks, Danny, for joining me again.
No problem.
And yeah, let's just get to it. We will take a look at 5 tournaments. Obviously, there were more, but I will take a look. We will take a look at the larger ones, or the more significant, or the one that we were present at, and that will be Swaiut Toringi Cup in Germany. There were 17 teams. Then Gabreta, that was a little bit smaller, but there were high quality teams like Prague Trolls, obviously my team Mamanci, Polish selection, national selection 1 and 2, and Hungarians and more Czech teams and all kinds of stuff. And then Leodis Cup. Would you say it's the biggest tournament in UK right now?
In terms of attendance, it wasn't, because a few teams kind of pulled out and had to drop out at the last minute. But it's the first time that we've ran, or the organisers have ran a tier 1 and a tier 2 split in the UK as per BI rules. So it was 2 days of competition. There was tier 1, which was 8 teams as a regional, and then day 2 was a tier 2 BI classic.
All right. And I will have more questions on the tiers and how they were split up when we get to the tournament, so we don't skip ahead. And then Cincinnati Siege, Alex Dink Memorial, which, if I read correctly somewhere, is the second biggest tournament in the US behind Carnage.
I believe so, yeah. It was really well attended, obviously. It's, I think, is it in its 6th or its 7th year now? Something like that. It's been going for a while.
Yeah, and there were not all of the top teams in US, but some of them, maybe most of them. And then we will take a look at Grunwald Arena Cup in Poland. Less teams, but pretty big upset there by Iron Wolves and White Company. So got a lot of reviewing ahead of us. And since obviously it's that many tournaments, we will not be doing our regular format where we like take a look at 8 fights from the whole tournament and talk about them specifically, but we will take a look at 2 from each and more like discuss the event as a whole, the results, the atmosphere and stuff like that, and our impressions, and maybe what impressed us, what were the upsets and stuff like that. So let's start with Swaiut Toringi. I will roughly go. I think it will be chronologically correct, but maybe I'm switching to. Doesn't matter. Let's start with Swaiut Toringi, and it's a bit ahead here. And we will start with Vysočina, which is Czech team, and Satakunta, which is Finnish team. And Vysočina is just as long on the scene as Prague Trolls are, which to say is 13 to 14 years, I think. And at the very start, they were very even. But recently, or at the start they were very even, but then Trolls like kicked it into gear and became one of the best teams in Europe, while Vysočina was like hanging around like the middle of the pack. And over the last year, there were national eliminations in March in Czech Republic, and Vysočina beat the Trolls there for the first time. So enormous improvement on Vysočina. They really like also kicked it into gear and started training properly. Or obviously there are still things to improve, but better than they used to. And Trolls, I think obviously they are going through some shifts. Not just I wouldn't put credit like me leaving them because I wasn't really part of Trolls before properly, but I fought with them sometimes, doesn't matter. But also some other fighters took break or don't fight as often as they do, and they are in a little bit of a reconstruction phase, but the core is still the same. So we shouldn't take any credit from Vysočina for beating them. And then they repeated their victory in Bratislava, which was 3 versus 3 tournament. So obviously not as I would say competitive regularly as the other tournaments are, but still Vysočina managed to secure their position there, and we'll talk about that maybe a little bit more later. But now we have so why did I say that? Is that Vysočina are no slouches. They are very much trying to break to the top of the scene right now, and they fought with Satakunta here, and it was really nice display of power by Satakunta, where they beat them power-wise, technique-wise. They just did really great, and I would like to take a look at all 3 rounds there. So we started the first one, and right from the start, I will talk about 2 fighters. This is Timo, that we spoke about, I think in the last episode, if I'm correct.
He fought with Knyaz at Castleton.
Yeah, and we were really impressed by his fighting. And then this is Satakunta's MVP, or like more obvious MVP. Timo is also doing a lot of work there and enables this guy. But he has really impressive judo, really nice striking with his halberd, is big, and he really put on extremely good performance at this tournament. So I will glaze him wherever I can. And he won MVP for that event.
Right.
So show of respect between the teams. Both centers are trying to see if they can break through somehow. And, yeah. And here, the big guy from
loses his weapon, does he?
Yeah, he got somehow disarmed. I didn't really catch how. And that's a guy from Australia that moved to Slovakia, and he marked for Vysočina here. Right. And he's a big boy. So, yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, he hooked his weapon. That was very good.
That's a really nice move. He hooked it with his blade and pulled it out.
Yeah.
Can take a look at that one more time. He tapped him. Let's go. An immediate disarm. And Vysočina and Czech teams usually don't carry weapons on their belts. So he now has no way to get a spare.
What's the reason for that?
I don't know, honestly. Culture thing.
Yeah, I'm just...
No,
seems crazy. Crazy not to have one.
I'm planning to get like a metal ring, because I had a leather ring on my belt, and the weapon couldn't get, like, it kept getting stuck on the leather, and then I just said, fuck it, I don't care. And for me, I usually go with pole arms, so it would be better to be able to rearm for for a one-hander and at least do something, but I usually can get to the pit stop and get a new weapon and keep working what I'm good at. But that's my reason.
You
I'm
see,
not saying it's a good reason.
I'm the same as you. Like polearm, I like using polearm, but I also like being able to quickly switch weapons in the middle of the fight. So if someone locks up my polearm and they've got no intention of, letting me get it out, or I'm struggling, whilst they're still fighting with my weapon, I can rearm myself and immediately ditch it. So I've got my spare and I'm off. Or so yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, we do a lot of training where we're training with belt weapons on, getting your belt weapon out, ditching your weapon if it's stuck or if someone's got hold of it, just because it saves you having to make that run. Because he's finding it very, very difficult right now. Disarmed, he's not allowed to do anything offensive. He's got to try and get out of that and get away.
Yeah, but his body noticed it and he's trying to peel off the opponent so he can go get his weapon. But just to come back, why I don't get a belt weapon, or not yet. I will probably for the Invitational and the Worlds. I know how to fight with my weapon blocked. Like I know how to use it to my advantage because I got a blocked weapon, which with a polearm I wouldn't be able to strike with anyway in that close range. And I have a blocked weapon, but my opponent has is sacrificing one of his hand for it. So I can punch him, I can twist, or not twist, but locate his hand or arm to a position where he instinctively holds on to it because I have his pole arm, he's fucked. But I'm positioning him to, for instance, like give me an underhook or something like that, which I can then use to throw him or get a better position. So it's kind of a mind game with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's keep watching. And here Marshall stepped in because the weapon is probably on the neck.
Yeah, you see him help him raise it.
Both go down. He finally slipped out.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we cannot properly see this corner. He tried to do the disarm again with the hooking. Didn't work out this time. And we see really nice throw here.
Beautiful Koichi. Yeah.
Yeah, his judo really shows.
Yeah. And interestingly, that's a technique that you don't see people use very often. Because it is difficult to pull off.
And your hips have to be really mobile.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they took him down. Yeah, really nice. He blocked his leg, and then both used their power to push him over that leg. Because they are both pretty tiny guys. He's huge, so they really have the cooperation down. And here he
uses the body really well.
The Vysočina guy doesn't want to go, but he just forces it. And that's the first round. Really nice job by Satakunta. Nice teamwork, great communication, great techniques. Like there is nothing I would say they could do better in this round, honestly.
No. And I think you can see from that their attacks are deliberate. So it's not just the chaos of fighting someone. The disarm, that was an intentional attack at the weapon to pull the weapon away. Obviously the halberdier on the other side with his judo, intentional. The teamwork, one block in the leg, it's very well rehearsed and well trained. And you can see that it comes off.
Yep. And that's kind of what will work better here? What's the better approach? Because and I'm not saying it to like throw shade on Vysočina, but they usually seem like they don't have a plan. But they are really good at using like chaotic situations, forcing the chaos, throwing their opponents off, and getting unexpected charges or throwdowns. But here, you just saw that Finnish guys they stick to their plan, and they don't let anything throw them off. So Vysočina just couldn't utilize the chaos that they usually work with. Right, again, straight line.
Yeah.
And Vysočina is a really good runner, but he knows this guy is good, and he's gonna get tripped if he tries to rush through.
Yeah.
Vysočina is getting some nice hits here. He isn't really using the block with his polearm as well as he probably could or should. That's like 4th hit that went through. Yeah. The Vysočinaran try to eliminate him by this guy pulling him away.
Yeah.
But he has really good field awareness.
Another disarm.
Let's see how that one happened. And he's gonna hook it.
Take down. He tried this Asai. And I think does he lose his weapon?
Am I being confused?
It's just before. He's just had to pick it up there. There we go. So why does he lose it here? I think he gets disarmed in this
guy.
exchange. Yeah. So he's trying to guard with his axe. I think it probably gets hooked and pulled again or struck out of his hand. Yeah. Yeah.
It was from a strike.
Yep.
Nice.
Good teamwork on that 2-on-1. One's got a good head control. The others use the pressure to pull him down.
And Vysočina guy spent way too much time thinking about where should he go.
Yeah. Got a 1-for-1 at the other side. Good head rip.
Yeah, and I believe he has his leg hooked over here.
Yeah.
That's why he can't rotate away.
There it is.
Nice throw.
And a very good hip toss.
This one was a bit sus because he
loses his weapon.
Yeah. And that was a push, that wasn't defensive. Yeah, he shouldn't. This guy should have get stood up. Probably. But yeah, I probably wouldn't change much. But as it's a separate thing, he probably should have been stood up. So yeah.
Good performance though. Very good performance. Very, very well team orientated. And I think the big difference is when those split seconds happened, they were able to capitalize on the advantage they had in the 2-on-1.
So yeah, congratulations to Satakunta, and that was, I think, quarter-final, or maybe still groups. I'm not entirely sure. But now we move to no, that was still groups probably. Now we move to quarter-final. and that's gonna be again Satakunta and Trolls, as we spoke about.
Yeah.
And that's here. No, that's not a final. That's for bronze. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, because Satakunta took bronze in this tournament, didn't they?
Yeah, they eventually did. And I believe we sent Trolls to. Yeah, we beat Trolls to get into the very finals,
Yeah.
and yeah, and they fought with Satakunta for the third. Because we had two teams.
Yep.
What we did in this tournament as Mamanci is that we had 14 or 13 guys that wanted to go.
Mhm.
So usually what teams do is that they split the powers to A team and B team, and
Mhm.
A team is better, B team is a little bit worse, or the new guys and stuff like that. But we said we want to go for gold and silver. It was a big risk, and we split the powers evenly.
Yeah.
And eventually it worked out.
Mhm.
And our one half, they advanced over Satakunta to the finals, and we advanced through the Trolls. So
Mhm.
now Satakunta and Trolls go for the third.
Yeah.
So two big guys trying
Yeah.
to push Satakunta to the corner. And this guy is really good with his charges. So what
Yeah.
they often do is they push the corner, and then
And
he uses being in their back line to charge someone from the back,
Mhm.
as he tries to do now. But the center notices it and doesn't let him. But he still tried to. But Timu, good awareness.
Very good throw.
Yeah, use this aggressivity against him, and just
Mhm.
really nice work. And that guy is big, and Timu is
Mhm.
obviously smaller. Nice work, man. That was clean. That's
Yeah.
how you.
Very.
That's how you do. That's how you work as a smaller fighter against big aggressive guys. That's textbook, absolutely. And immediately he could go for a head rip here,
Mhm.
but it's a good thing. It's a good thing that he went for the striker. He's really he can do some big damage.
Yeah.
But his wrestling is not as strong, so
Mhm.
good job to block him. And this was also a great decision by this guy, because you're not gonna move Kubzilla much,
No.
but he isn't really aggressive recently, so he's kind of compliant with just being on the rail and hugging with each other. But he's a rock. You're not gonna move him easily.
Yeah.
So he goes to help his buddy with the smaller halberdier.
Mhm.
And that was, again, the same thing they did against Vysočina in this corner.
Yeah.
They did against Kubzilla here. So they really have it drilled down how to take down big guys.
Yeah.
So he sees that this isn't going nowhere anytime soon,
Mhm.
or that he knows about both of them and he knows how to turtle up.
Yeah.
So he uses Kubzilla not being able to see him from the back, and immediately switches. And that's also what I always tell small guys or runners. You don't need to stay on someone until you take him down with your body.
Mhm.
You can just run around 2-3 hits and then move away, and people turtle up, and they are not as offensive in their 1v1s because they think,
Yeah.
oh damn, I'm against power play, even if it's even.
Yeah.
So again, what they do, puts his leg behind his leg, and they both at the same time push. They have it
Push.
really drilled down apparently. So yeah, beautiful work.
One for one on the other side.
And Pidel here, he also did a good job breaking out,
Yeah.
breaking out, and trying to score a quick takedown to even it up, if possible. That's what we also always say. If you are in bad position as a team, don't slow down. You need to speed up. You need to push the tempo even more than your opponent.
Oh, great shot.
Yeah. And why he went here is that he has a circle of that
Bodies.
that opponents or
Mm-hmm.
that people here that he can use
Push.
as a cover or as an obstacle to push
Mm-hmm.
his opponents in 2v1 down. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pro move, but his teammate here got taken down. 4v1, so that's end of the round, obviously.
We do something similar in training when we're talking about switching out positions. We have a specific drill where we'll have, say, clinches going on. So one on one. So we'll have 4 clinches going on in the list. And we'll have 1 or 2 people free. And their job is to get in on a 2-on-1. And they have like 5 to 10 seconds to get a takedown. And if they don't get it quickly, they then have to pick a different target and get away.
Yep, that's a good drill.
And that's so it does 2 things for us. One, the people that are wrestling in their clinches have to have field awareness because they're aware that somebody is floating around. So you're looking to make sure you're not, in a bad position, being taken advantage of. But it also trains the guys in the middle to pick their opportunities well and try and make them happen quick. 2-on-1, quick, 5, 10 seconds. And if it doesn't work, look at the field and see if there's a better opportunity and then go and ditch it and go and do something else.
Yep.
So it's definitely something that, it applies to everybody, but you're right, with your runners especially that might not necessarily be the bigger, stronger guys, try and affect it. If it doesn't work, get out and get onto something else.
Yep. So again, this
That
side
kind
from the
of
trolls pushes in.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same guy that was aggressive the round before. And Duffy, really experienced runner.
Mm-hmm.
He almost blindsided Timu here.
Yeah, almost. It was interesting that he chose to go all the way across the list rather than at Timu instead.
Yeah, if he charged at Timu, he probably could have got it. But then he wasn't really probably sure if Timu didn't see him. But he was sure this guy doesn't know about him.
Yeah,
so that's why he chose that target. But unfortunately, he didn't quite get the charge right. Or what he wanted to do is what I did against Northern Wolves on Way of Honor, where I circle out, go all the way from behind, and I don't push the guy or I don't like head rip him, but I like go beside him and like bro hug him and take him from the side. But the guy rotated in the right moment. Unfortunate. So that's why he didn't get it. But still, they managed to. Is it a takedown or no? He grabbed his shield and just ripped it off.
Yeah.
Which, if it works, it works. Kuba goes down with him.
Yep. That's 4 on 3. was a good effort at a push, but Timu's got good feet and awareness. Great
again,
throw there.
yeah, beautiful work by, I think Jonas is his name. I could be wrong.
Yeah, good as Soto. Then they both go down.
How did that happen? Well,
Which, yeah, in fairness though, now it's 2-2.
hmm. And he's setting up overhead throw. Is it overhead or overhand? When you go like...
I would say overhead
Mhm.
because he's going to go for the wrap around the head.
Nice push.
Very good push.
And if I see it correctly, he also trapped his leg. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He trapped his leg from the outside.
Yeah.
And then pushed with on the other side. Really nice.
Yep. From a judo point of view, it's a Kosotogake. It's kind of an outside hook. So you hook your foot around the outside of the leg, and then as you push, there's something that they have to fall over or step over. You do it quickly enough, people
And
aren't.
again, it's the same guy. That's Pedel taking his corner behind the group of corpses. And I will skip ahead a little bit because he doesn't want to get out. He wants to use that position. But they are not dumb. They don't fall for it. And then they know they have power play, so he has to do something. Otherwise, they win on time.
Yeah.
So
if this was me, I'd be switching out to go and get a pole arm so I can hit him.
For sure.
So I can hit him from further away, and make him feel a little bit. But like you say, they've got the numbers advantage at this point. He has to do something, otherwise he loses if it goes to time.
Yeah. So not the most exciting thing, but if you are there to win, that's what you do. So yeah, skip ahead a little bit. He tries to change position. Or bait them. But then he got back again, tries it from the other side. Okay, here he tries to go into the open space to push the tempo because he knows he has like 30 seconds or less. And with that action, Timu's elbow got loose.
And gets sit down for an armor failure.
Yeah, he gets seated, so it's 1 versus 1. And I believe their time runs out, so that was really lucky for Pedel there. Yeah, they just wrestle in the corner now. Yeah, and the time runs out. So we go to the third round. Obviously didn't go the way either team wanted to, but Satakunta still shown great maturity in terms of like fighter IQ.
Yeah.
Again, they didn't do any like glaring mistake. Those are some big shots he can deliver with that polearm even on closer distance. Wubu grabs his polearm. and he even then manages to get nice throw. His helmet got loose, so
Yep.
he gets out. Let's watch that takedown again.
Beautiful.
Nice. One more time. I just want to see where did he put his arm?
Arms around the head.
Yeah,
So he's
overhead,
got
right.
overhead.
Yeah, so
But
pretty
it was a
basic
very,
trip, but
very quick. But as he pulls, he blocks the foot at the same time. So he didn't have chance to step around with the motion of his head. Very basic, but very, very well done.
I would probably try to do a bit more. Steam there. Maybe help this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what I like to see runners do. Few tabs here, few tabs here. Try something here. Try something here.
Yeah. Lovely. Oh, good effort. A hump and bump. Didn't quite get it, but it was a good effort.
Yet, yeah. And he also, the judo shows that he also, usually people do hump and bump without the arm trap, but his judo skills or memory, muscle memory kicked in, and he also trapped the hand.
Yeah.
So
it was a good attempt.
Yeah, good attempt.
It was a good defense as well to stay up.
Yeah, good stability there.
They got it the other way though this time.
In
the 2-on-1.
And now we see him working with the pole arm.
Yep. Nearly hit his teammate though.
I want to know what wood he uses, because there was no tape, nothing on that, and it held all the way through.
Yeah.
And I think that's not the first tournament I see him using this pole arm, so that's some magic mithril wood. So Satakunta takes the third place. Congratulations to them. And yeah, here we set up the finals between Mamanci 1 and Mamanci 2. You can tell them from the crosses, but let's not look at that. Let's move on to Gabreta, which was a tournament in Czech Republic, on our turf, in southern Bohemia, in Šumava region, which is really beautiful mountainous region on the border with Germany or Austria. And the view was nice. Everybody was super happy about the venue, the city or the village of Zbytiny, where it was held, helped us tremendously with setting up this big tent, giving us all the water we needed, porta potties, really nice seating for the viewers, snacks. Like, it was perfect.
Yeah.
So
good.
Thanks to the Zbytiny again. And the teams participating, as I mentioned, were 4 Czech teams with Mamanci 1, Mamanci 2. Here we made the AB classic team, like A is the strongest. Slavoj Minken, saber wrestler from Switzerland, Lowland Boars, and obviously Vysočina Prague Trolls, Pikarti, Czech teams, and Polish 1 and 2. And here we will take again a look at Vysočina against Polish 1.
Yep.
So obviously Vysočina doesn't have the all-star advantage that Polish guys managed to put on here. and they had some new guys, not as experienced there, but still the core of the team was really experienced guys, and they know how to work well with each other. And Polish #1 selection took this tournament as an opportunity to get their teamwork in before the World Championships in Denmark.
Yeah.
And it was all right. They are also quite used to fighting together because the selection is quite similar to what was in Visegrad, but still teamwork and experience of Vysočina kind of carried them over, even if the technical and physical abilities weren't there for all of their fighters as compared to the Polish guys. So it was really competitive fight, this one. So what Vysočina always does is they go for the weapon tap, and I I don't do it with them, not because I wouldn't respect them, but because it takes the tension from the start of the fight, and I want them to second guess: am I gonna rush through? Am I gonna hit them? What am I gonna do? And it puts you into the wrestling distance, and they are, except for the polearm fighters, they are very good wrestlers, and I don't want to get into that distance right from the start.
Yeah.
So I don't think they do it intentionally only to get that advantage of being close up to the opponent. But if they did, I wouldn't be surprised and I wouldn't blame them. It's kind of a wet move.
Yeah.
But they Polish guys also didn't fall for it, and the #2 heel peeled off immediately.
Yep.
And you can see they all are looking, who can I charge? Who can I charge? Because all these teams are really good at charging.
Yeah.
And even for a wrestler here, he watches, he doesn't like go straight into the 2v1 wrestling here. He's also picking his target. Oh, exposed back here, exposed back here, exposed back here. And this guy thinks, oh, they are for sure gonna go for 2v1 here.
Yeah.
And he immediately sees that he's gonna go help his buddies there.
Good charge.
Because I know the Polish guy is experienced, so as soon as he would get here, he would look back.
Yeah.
So we didn't give him the time for that even. It's a great charge.
It's a very good charge. But then he makes a bit of a rookie mistake here, doesn't he?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Not the best. But again, they should have communicated this better.
Yeah.
Because he should either help his teammate up and improve the position and like solidify and then start to grind down, or tell him we push him over the body.
Yeah.
And he should have grabbed the edge of the rail to make sure he stays up no matter what. And then he would have, the other guy would pull him over, the Polish guy, he would have pulled the Polish guy over the body. So
yeah,
unfortunate miscommunication. It was a good throw here, but again, unfortunately, he goes down with him.
Yeah, he wraps the arm well as he falls, pulls him with him. Use the bodies over there in the top part of the list.
And
throw,
nice throw here from Hulk.
Yep.
Hulk is also Czech. He
Mhm.
is also a former member of Prague Trolls, but after Buhurt Prime in Monaco, if I'm correct, he switched teams to Polish KSR and fights with them since. And
Yeah.
now he's in the Polish national selection also. He
Was
is
he
Huh?
in Poland one at Visegrad then?
No, because he had a break. He was focusing on his MMA career.
Ah, right, okay.
And he's funny guy, and his fighting style is also very funny because he's super dynamic. He's like gonna 360 cartwheel kick and
Mhm.
and just destroy the guy, or like
Mhm.
have a really beautiful throw or a charge and something like that, and take 4 guys in one round, and in the next round he's gonna trip over his own feet or like bump over somebody or into somebody and fall down.
Yeah.
And he's like he's fighting like he's playing D&D, and
Mhm.
his dice only has 1 and 20s. There is nothing in between.
Yeah.
He looks like he's boiled.
Mhm.
So Bobr Kurva takes first round. I like Polish guys' humor because yeah, the Czech selection, Czech Lions, whoa, and they take Bobr Kurva. I love it.
Mhm.
And also they were coached by Adam Harrigan. I
Yeah.
believe he would have joined them on this tournament, but unfortunately his knee was injured.
Yeah.
But it was still great to have him there, at least coaching the guys. So really happy to see him there. And
Mhm.
we exchanged a few words. He would like to come on the show sometime. So
Yep.
I think that's a really amazing guest to have.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
we could do episode where uh, when he gets more of the tournaments in, hopefully as a fighter or at least as a coach, then
Mhm.
we can actually talk about the difference between European and American Buhurt.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be a great episode, I think. So again, very loose
Mhm.
center position from the Polish guys. If you remember, they charged straight away from the
We did
2,
last time, yeah.
and now they basically have 2 centers.
Mhm.
Bit of a exposed back there for a second, but he turned around. Almost had him here.
Almost.
And he made sure to help his buddy as soon as he could. And again, good block of the Vysočina Halberdier here. So he's
Mhm.
doing a really good job covering all his teammates.
Yeah.
Not necessarily getting takedowns, but making sure none of them is getting taken down. And
Mhm.
by saving that guy, or not necessarily saving, but if he would have needed saving, he would be there.
Mhm.
He helped him get the takedown here. Or they managed to do it. Now they go for Spacha here. Another nice takedown here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vysočina guy seemed like he really wants to get the 1-for-1.
Suicide-ish, and it didn't quite work, yeah. Take down on the left there, up at the top.
See the technique there? Yeah, just a head rip. Not
Yeah.
reliable. And now just don't make any mistakes. 5 versus 2. Push him down here. Yeah. That's I'm not sure if it's the guy I'm thinking it is, but
Mhm.
I don't have beef with Vysočina, not at all. But I get kind of angry, like switch a little bit when I'm fighting, and
Mhm.
they did to me a couple of times in a row that they look they are going down, they are kneeling, so I stop hitting them,
And then
and
they
then he
stand up.
pops up. So I'm like, okay, man, like we want to be friendly, you know, check teams, but
Mhm.
I'm not sparing you ever again. Like you are getting
Mhm.
destroyed next time.
Aiming for the hump and bump in the corner.
hmm So again, they have a lot of like cheeky wet moves.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
So
think the influence of Adam as well, bringing that kind of dynamic
mm,
dragoons, warlords, dominus
hmm
training across will help, because that was a very well drilled attempt at a 2-on-1
hmm
bump and bump. One
Yep.
guy's got it, the other guy's pushing to help break his posture. He managed to spin out of it, and then they went straight into an assaulto. So
Mm.
it's good. It's good teamwork.
Yeah, and it's slowly making its way here, but hump and bump wasn't really a common technique in Europe for a long time.
Mhm.
And now we go on to no, different tournament. 5:56:30. We go on to Trolls against Saber
Mhm.
Wrestler.
Yep.
Saber Wrestler really impressed me on the couple of tournaments I saw them in recently.
Mhm.
They are a Swiss team. They have really big guys. They took a seminar from my captain Vojta Pecha and
Mhm.
Dusan Buček. They invited them over to Switzerland to teach them some techniques. And because they have drill down techniques for big guys, and as a big guys, you want to learn from those because
Oh, yeah.
you can't always replicate what the smaller guys are doing.
Mhm.
So good on them, and they really you see them learning every tournament, getting better, and they
Mhm.
really started to step on Troll's heels here. So if they keep the trajectory going the way they are doing it now, I can see them being on the level with us and Iron Wolves and White Company in
Mhm.
probably even like next year. So
Mhm.
keep going, guys. And it's funny, like Switzerland is a bit of a Buhurt mystery to me because
Mhm.
they seem like they have no teams,
Mhm.
and then suddenly what someone pops up, like team you have never heard before that are fighting for like I don't know 1 year, 2 years. They
Yeah.
make a big splash on the scene, and then you never hear of them again.
Yeah.
So I really hope these guys stick to it and are not repeating that pattern again.
Mhm.
So he tries to chop the weapon out,
Yeah. It was a
and
quick
it's a
push and
good
attempt.
move here
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he trades the position. They want to do the head rip together here,
Mhm.
and for that you need to expose your back to
Yeah.
the troll number 2. So he knows that the troll is probably gonna go for a head rip there, and he immediately goes into the defensive position.
Yep.
They don't manage to get the head rip though. And you see they had it drilled down because he kept turning, like, can I do it now? Can I do it now? Oh, they switched positions, never mind.
Mhm.
But he was still aiming for it. I disarm here.
Yep.
Simultaneous here.
Great
And
throw there on
nice
the top
throw.
of the list. Bump and bump again.
Mm-hmm.
A good takedown there against Cubezilla.
Mm-hmm. Leaned over his head. Or
Yep.
leaned on his head to
Very good
not fall
twist.
down with him. So yeah, great move there. Nice jumping punch. Superman punch, I think it's called. And what happened here is that Troll's captain, he does this basically every tournament. I don't really have an opinion on it, but whatever. So what he does is that when it's like 4 versus 2, 5 versus 2 against Trolls, he throws in the towel.
White flag. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your opinion on that as a captain?
I guess it depends entirely on the stage and point of the tournament. If this was a final and you don't want your guys taking,
This is a semi-final.
yeah, I mean, tactically, if you're looking at medals placements and you don't want your guys taking an absolute kicking 5-on-2 or 4-on-2, because you know they will, they'll stand and they'll fight till the end. And you think that resetting the round means that you'll have an advantage of not being tired, people not being beaten down. I can understand it, but I wouldn't do it at any other point of a tournament.
Mm.
And even then, it depends who you're fighting against. In that scenario, they probably think that by giving the round away, because they're going to lose anyway, allows them to reset with more energy. Makes sense. I mean, it's there for a reason. But as a captain, I'd only use it. Me personally, I'd only use it if it was the medal rounds or where we're getting to a point where there's something really on the line.
Yeah, he does it almost every tournament, maybe even every tournament. So I wouldn't say he abuses it, but sometimes I can see some teams being like little upset by it. I wouldn't blame them. I'm not personally upset by it, but I could see their point of
Yeah,
view for that.
understandable.
And my counter argument to that, if I was a captain and I knew my guys' equipment is up to the standard, I probably wouldn't do it because 2 of your guys are getting punished for sure, but they are probably not gonna get injured, and hopefully, and you have 4 or 5 guys from the other team getting tired. So you can switch out those 2 guys next round, but they cannot switch up 5 guys.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of investment for the further rounds from the other view. So I don't know. I'm not the captain. I'm happy that I don't have to think about that.
Yeah.
And to your point, that's pretty much what happened in the next 2 rounds, as we will see.
Yeah. I mean, I've only ever, I've never used the white flag as captain. I've never seen the need to, but I understand where I would use it. This is obviously me personally, but I have seen it. I think you might be able to remember this. Probably 3, 4, 5 years ago, old school white company went to Italy, and I think they only had 5. And in the finals, it might have been against Trolls. And you know, it was Lucas, Pavel, Michal, and so on. There was I don't think they had any subs. And in the first round, it went to something like 4-on-2, 5-on-2, and White Company threw the white flag, then came back and won the next two and won the tournament. And you can understand in that scenario when they've got no substitutes and they're in a 5-on-2.
For sure.
It's understandable. They chose to save the energy, and then went on to win. So that's where my kind of logic comes from with it.
I can absolutely understand it in that situation where you don't have the substitutes or not enough substitutes. So yeah, for sure, that's a great point. What's up with the video? Sorry about that. So again, two big mountains clash into each other.
Yeah.
Almost gets the overhead throw.
Good vision from the centre to get that cross check as well.
Almost had him.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's probably. Yeah, I wouldn't hit Kuba, like, unless I wanted to hit him in the gap, which I usually don't, but if he gives me no other options, I probably would.
That's the thing with his armor. It's obviously so protective.
Yeah.
The only way that you're going to make him feel anything is you're hitting him in the back of the thigh and in the arse.
Yep.
And, that's the only way you're going to get a reaction out of him most of the time.
Yeah. So that was probably a waste of time. But then again, you are making him feel like he's against the power play and not necessarily like turtling up, but or maybe I would even call it.
Yeah.
I would even call it turtling up, because then he gets the impression, okay, I'm making two guys busy. I don't have to take my guy down necessarily.
Yeah.
Even if he, in other situation, could. Oh, man. Okay, so he goes for a head rib here to save his body. Nice work. If he rotated a little bit more, he probably would have gotten that takedown.
Yeah.
And they are cooperating here well, trying to kick away Kuba's leg.
Yeah.
But that's usually like kicking a tree. It doesn't work out too well if you don't have really good sabatons. Both go down. Nice charge here. Tries to go for a head rip.
He lets his weapon go, goes and gets a spare pole arm.
I would say that was pretty big mistake. Because if he trapped his leg here, they would have gotten the takedown straight away.
Trap the leg, have the other guy pull the head.
Yeah. Lucky for him, he doesn't pay for it, and this still gets the takedown anyway. Nice help here, but they both go down in the end.
This, from a halberdier's point of view, that guy's wearing a cuirass. Hitting him in the head and the back, there's no point. Like, this is like arse cheeks, hands, inside of the elbow. Like if you know someone's wearing full plate, you're wasting so much energy throwing big heavy shots against full plate. They feel it, but you're not going to put them down like you would potentially with someone in a brig.
Yeah, I usually go for hips, to at least 1-2 hits, because a lot of times people don't have properly padded the cuirass, because they rely, oh yeah, I have a cuirass, I'm indestructible, and
Mhm.
the steel is almost on their skin at the hip point,
Mhm.
or even worse, at their bone.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can like cause a really big pain, even worse than if you would have had a brick.
Mhm.
But if they don't react, I just go for shoulders, thighs, whatever.
Yeah.
But what happened to me on this tournament, and I'm not proud about it, but I lost my shit again about it,
Mhm.
is that I was in such a situation where the hits to the back weren't doing much to the guy,
Mhm.
and I went for his to hit him on the leg, on the calf,
Mhm.
and it was a nice hit. He went down from one strike, and I got seated because the judges thought, one judge thought that I hit
Mhm.
his heel, the
Mhm.
other one thought that I hit him behind the knee.
Right.
So like, and it was right in the middle. I don't know, like I I'm not proud about being so like having such a short fuse when it comes
Mhm.
to judging or marshalling in Buhurt. I'm sorry about it. If I
Yeah.
ever do, if any marshal listens to this and I do it to you, I'm sorry. I don't. I'm not personally mad at you. I'm just being a little bit of a anger issues asshole. I'm sorry. Uh, but if I know I don't cheat and I know that I hit him clean and I
Mhm.
still get seated, I just go off.
Yeah.
I can't help it. And then his teammate was amping the marshals on, like, yeah, sit him down. He cheated. He hit him in the back of the knee.
Mhm.
Like, what are you doing? Like, I understand that you are being competitive,
Mhm.
but if you can't win cleanly, what you do is to try and get the guy taken down, like against the rules, or
Mhm.
like, I don't know. Whatever. It's just if we don't have good marshalling on this, people will start to be scared to hit the legs
Mhm.
legally, properly, normally. If you hit behind the knee, you are an idiot, and you should get a red card for the rest of the tournament. It, if it's like intentional.
Mhm.
If it's unintentional, well, you should have trained better. You should have more control over your strikes. But I understand it can happen. But if we sit people for legal strike like this, they're gonna get worried about oh, what the marshal sees, even if it's correct. I can get seated down. I'm just gonna
Mhm.
strike the body. So, and then we just turn into like striking body competition because
Mhm.
we don't hit heads that often because helmets are really well padded. And then also you will get people striking the elbow pits more, or uh,
Yeah.
armpits more, because it's on the body. I will not get seated for it,
Mhm.
but it's way more dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, it is difficult from a marshal's point of view. Obviously, as a marshal as well, you've you've seen things very, very quickly. On the other side of it, and the argument about intent, you can't factor someone's intent, whether they intended to do it or not, into it, because even if they meant to, they would say they didn't.
No, I'm not speaking like from the marshalling perspective. You
No.
should focus on the intent. I'm speaking like morally wise.
Yeah. No, I understand that. And, you know, mistakes happen.
Hmm.
There is, an appeal process
Yeah. Well,
written into the rules for those kind of scenarios, that if you feel that you were, sat down and you were imposed a violation for something that wasn't, if you can prove that it wasn't, it can be changed, can be rescinded, rounds can be refought. It's difficult because these things do happen.
I know. And I when I cooled down, I went to the marshals. I apologized.
Mhm.
I don't want to act like that, and it's
Mhm.
not a good way to act towards marshals because they do it for free on their free time. Without them, we wouldn't have the sport. So I'm really grateful for any marshal, and I'm sorry for behaving that way. But fucking watch it! Watch it! Don't hit people if you don't see it clearly. God damn it.
Yep.
Okay, let's get to the third round.
Yep. Third round. Oh, 1 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Another 1 for 1.
Nice. He was working for this one hard.
Oh yeah.
And again uses his head. No, not this time, but yeah.
Did you
Good.
see the one on the other side of the list? Just go
No.
back. So I see this quite a lot.
Here.
Look at that.
Hmm.
Like, it didn't seem like there was any attempt from the troll there to get a takedown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's frustrating as hell.
Yep.
Watching it, but it's frustrating obviously if it's you that
Hmm.
it's happening to as well. And I know there's nothing in the rules that against it, but like, look at that.
Hmm.
Like that.
Yep.
That takedown, that wasn't an attempt to take the guy down. Legitimately, that was you're coming with me. I'm tired. I've had enough.
Yep. I have that happen to me a lot.
Yeah.
Because or sometimes I meet teams like 7 times a year, like some
Mhm.
German teams and stuff, and they know I can hit hard, and they
Mhm.
just say, okay, I just go down with this guy so he doesn't hit us.
Yeah.
And they just go straight to me
Yeah.
on their
Grab
back.
on. Yeah, fall over.
And
I know. I had it. It happened to me at Way of Honor a couple of years ago. First time I was like, all right, okay. Second time I was like, right, okay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it happened 2 or 3 times in a row. But
I don't travel 8 hours for this.
no, it's. I just see stuff like that. If it was, he's really trying to throw him and loses his footing, fine. But it frustrates the hell out of me seeing things like that seem just utterly blatant to just drop to the floor and pull the guy down.
Yeah. But to be fair, I sometimes, not necessarily this way, but I
Mhm.
do I pull the guy down with me, but it's usually, or maybe even always, I don't remember doing it like on purpose, just taking the knee like that.
Mhm.
When I feel like he has me in a good position.
When you're completely being thrown,
Yeah.
and you've got, you're going down and you've got no other option to try and hold on to your life, I kind of understand that because that's
Yeah.
in that competitive environment.
Yeah.
But in a scenario where you're in the middle of a clinch and someone's got you wrapped up and they just fall.
Yeah, that's bad. That's dumb. It
irritates me. It's one of my real
Yeah.
bugbears.
Yeah.
'Cause
Do you
you
think
can't do
there would
anything to
be
punch it.
any way to marshal it so, like, not necessarily always, like, but
Mhm.
well, my point is we kind of changed the rules where
Mhm.
you can touch the ground, but not if you don't lean on it when taking the guy down,
Mhm.
you can still stand up. Do you think we could adjust this rule even further so that when someone takes you down like that, you can kind of stand up if you are not like fully ironed out on the ground?
Possibly. I mean, there's been discussions in the past, community-wide. These aren't behind closed doors. I think it happened on maybe a Buhurt International post, maybe 18 months ago, where somebody was asking about what rule changes people like to see. And I was pretty vocal that I'd like to see some kind of rule that that punishes people blatantly doing suicides, because I see it as unsportsmanlike. Me personally, we're out there to have a fair fight, and if someone betters me, takes me out of the fight because they get a better takedown or they hit me hard enough that I fall over, fine. But I think it's a difficult one to legislate for, and it's a difficult one to adjust the existing rules to do so.
It would be very subjective.
And that is the problem. It isn't a rule that you can write a very clear black and white 1 or 2 lines for, makes it easily enforceable. And that's where the challenge comes from. In a lot of, obviously, rules, a lot of the rules and the discussions is how can we make it as clear cut as possible so there is no interpretation, it's not vague, there's no ambiguity, and this is how it's applied so everybody understands it. I see it and it frustrates me. As a fighter, it frustrates me because I know that Swiss fighter now is just in his helmet.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Anyway,
well,
what's that happened? Good takedown in the corner.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, but as I said, I sometimes do it, but not blatantly like this. But if it might look like I can think of one situation that is a good example, me doing it, but that's what's against White Company in Visegrad against Barney. He had me in a good position.
Yeah.
And I knew the technique he's gonna throw on me, and I had no defense against it. So rather than getting thrown like that and not being able to take him down with me, because he would have good position, I steered the other way kind of and took him down with me straight away before he could get into that advantageous position. And I could totally see him being angry about that, but it was not me giving up, it was him besting me, and I wanted to not have my team in disadvantageous position. So I'm not gonna say I'm fully out of the wrong on taking people down with me like that, but if it cannot be your plan from the start.
No.
Like
No.
Where I draw the line is that when you go into the list and say, I'm gonna take that guy down with me. So that's a dick move in my book. And if we change the rules somehow, adjust them a little bit, so that that's harder to do for the one going down or doing the suicide, I'm all for it. If we can think of a way to do it, I'm all for it. If I suffer from it, again, like fighting some top tier team and it's super heated, and I know that if they get like 4 versus 3, we are kind of we're done.
Yeah.
And we lose because that rule is adjusted. I'm super cool with it. He deserved it. But as the rules are now,
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying. I just saw that then, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
really.
And Dominic also does it quite often, to be honest.
That was a very good takedown over there in the far corner.
Yeah, he's tired. That was a tired guy takedown. Nice head rip. And he goes for a polearm. And now a real shit show gets to happen. So they push him into the corner.
Yeah.
He starts walloping on him. Something flew away here. I hope that wasn't a thumb.
Yeah.
No, that was part of the X. Okay. So
So the weapon broke.
he gave him the
And so-
weapon. And this guy is probably very tired. So this guy recognized it, gave him his weapon.
Just hang on, just go back.
Mhm.
So, am I right in thinking tall Proag Trolls fighter is disarmed?
Yes.
He then hands his primary weapon over.
The
and then runs to
the
get
other troll gives him his weapon, yes.
Can't do that. Anyway,
I'm not
let's watch it through. We can talk about it, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah. I'm not gonna argue about that with you, but if I remember the rules being correctly written, or if I correctly remember how the rules are written, is that you can take weapon from your teammate.
Take their reserve weapon, not the primary weapon.
Right. Okay. Well.
Anyway. They're trying to disarm him.
I mean, honestly, why have that rule?
Fully with you, but that's not how the rules are written at the moment. You can't give away your primary weapon to somebody who's disarmed and then go and get one yourself.
To me, that seems kind of like, and that's first weapon destroyed or second weapon destroyed.
Yeah.
It kind of feels to me like a rule for the sake of having a rule. Like it doesn't endanger anyone, and I think the rules should mainly focus on protecting the fighters.
It's not that the rule, it's a rule for not having it. It's the way the rule is written about where you get your spare weapon from or your new weapon from. The way the rule is written is that you're allowed to obviously take one from your weapon zone. So you do a run and get back. You take one that you've got on you.
No, I completely understand, and I'm not arguing that the rule is written differently, but I just ended the third weapon.
Another one.
I just don't see the reason for having that rule exist. Bit of a 2v2 there attempt.
Yeah, he should be back in his own zone at least.
Yeah.
Everyone's tired now.
Yeah. It was a long and hot day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's skip ahead a little bit. Because this one is long. Yeah.
Fair play to the Swiss fighter.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's doing as much as he can.
Yeah, and this guy hits like a truck, so taking those shots.
Yeah.
It's no easy task.
So just to go back to the point, if we go back, if you can just skip it back to the point where that happens. So think about the dynamic of the fight in this scenario, okay? Where is it? It's around here somewhere, isn't it? Is it? No, they've still got pole arms at this point.
No.
Yeah, so it's around here. Because he goes to run away, look. He goes to run and get a spare. Now look, just pause it there. So under the current rules, he's doing what's expected. He doesn't have a spare belt weapon. He's running away to get one. The field is now opened up. So the dynamic of the fight is this guy in the corner has a chance to come away from the corner and try and make something happen. What happens is, by giving him the axe, his primary weapon, he allows him to keep him pinned in the corner.
Yes.
So if you play it through from here,
the
marshals obviously bring him back.
They bring him back because that was a halt.
Yeah. So he needs to go back. Now at this point, he still has to get a spare weapon under the rules. You see how he keeps him pinned in the corner? That's the whole point. The dynamic of that fight would be completely different if the bigger guy, I should say, had to run and get that spare weapon, which is what the rule says he has to do. Now, I'm not saying that, and again, it's the way that the rules are currently written versus adding a rule or having a rule that doesn't seem to need to exist. It just says that if you haven't got a weapon, you can only do one of, I think it's 4 or 5 things. You can take one, you can take a spare off your teammate. So if I've got one in my belt, you can take the one in my belt. I can't give you the one in my hands and take the one from my belt. You can run away and get one. You can take one like a pole arm. You could take it if it was lent against the list, but physically handing him his primary weapon and running away is against the rules.
Yep.
It's not what you're allowed to do.
Well, sure, but that's what the marshals are for.
No, I get it. I'm just saying.
I mean, not necessarily like that. You are supposed to know the rules too, but when it's like this kind of nuanced, I understand that in the middle of the combat you don't have to necessarily remember everything.
Yeah.
And that's where the marshals are supposed to step in and say, no, that's not allowed. They are supposed to know the rules.
Again, I completely agree. It's just I saw it and I'm like,
yeah,
but you're not allowed to do that.
But I still think that tactical decision should be left to the fighter. You don't need to marshal that, But again, the rules were written that way. So yeah, and this tournament then, this fight sent the Trolls to the finals against us, Mamanci, and we beat them there, and they got the silver. We got the gold, and Saber Rustler got the third by beating Svorjin Minken, who ended fourth. So, really nice tournament again. That was great. I think we will for sure return next year. So keep your eyes peeled on that, because I can't pinpoint anything that I would made better at this tournament. Probably. Well, I mean, even the location was nice. It would be nice if it was like at some castle, but you are looking into the mountains. That has to count for something. So we hope to make it bigger next year. And we go on to Leodis. So tell us about Leodis. That's where we go to actually fucking cool venue.
Yeah, really, really great venue inside of an old monastery, an abbey. I think originally from around about the 1100s, and then it was built on over the years and then became disused. So this is in the main cloister area. The tournament was set up across 2 days. So we had tier 1 on the Saturday, tier 2 on the Sunday. So we've picked one fight from tier 1 and we've picked one fight from tier 2. Now, the reason I've picked this fight is mainly because Drake, which is the team in the black tabard with the kind of gold around the sleeves, were originally scheduled in tier 2. So they were scheduled to be fighting in tier 2 on the Sunday. Some teams dropped out of tier 1, and in order for this tournament to keep its status, it needed some team to step up. Drake did. They agreed to move from the Saturday to the Sunday to the Saturday and fight 7 other teams. And this is against Invicta. And to start off with, they came out absolutely firing, which was great to see, which is why I've picked this fight. So even though it doesn't necessarily go Drake's way overall, this kind of shows the will and determination for them stepping from tier 2 to tier 1 to really try and put a stamp on it.
Yeah, great to show no fear and just we have nothing to lose. We are not favorites. Let's give it our best. It's kind of freeing when you are not expected to win a tournament, that you can basically just do what you want.
Yep.
And yeah, so and just before we get to it, what was the how did you decide which team is tier 1 and tier 2?
So it wasn't me personally. Obviously, the organising committee for this event was completely separate from me. But I believe they looked at the UK League rankings and positions from last season. So obviously, these events go into a UK league. We normally have anywhere between 3 and 5 events in a UK season, and they used that for the basis of splitting teams. No second teams were allowed. What were they? No, they were actually. Sorry, I'm wrong in what I'm saying there. They were trying to keep second teams in tier 2 and first teams in tier 1, but I believe White Company 2 was also in tier 1, just because of the way that they fell in the league last year. So, based on past results, from my understanding from last year's UK season.
All right. And yeah, so we'll talk about the results after. So let's see it.
So we've got so this is Invicta 1, obviously in and around one of the top best UK teams, always kind of vying up there with White Company against Drake.
And if I'm correct, they have 3 teams, right?
Invicta had 3 teams this weekend, yeah. So they had Invicta 1, which was tier 1, and then they had Invicta 2 and 3, which was in the tier 2 on the Sunday.
And I managed to pause it at a really good moment. He circled off.
So Roland makes a good circle. Seb manages to break through.
Nice.
And then
And
Roland
2 exposed bags here. Nice.
Yeah. He does a really good job of keeping himself up.
Nice balance.
One thing I just want to point out on that as well, just go back slightly. If you just watch Roland, so Roland actually retired at the end of last season. Yep, so that's Roland. So he's the captain of Invicta, the founder of Invicta. He retired at the end of last season. But for numbers purposes, he came back in for this one. He retired from Buhurt. But just watch what he does after the contact, because we talk about experience and kind of veterans.
And I remember Roland, he came with Pavel Kurchak to tournament in Warsaw like 9 years ago, and we were together on a mixed team, and he looked old then.
I'm not going to say anything just in case he hears this.
But, I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah, just watch what he actually does. So he obviously makes the run, makes a contact, but look at his path to the list, keeps himself safe, turns, and then looks for another target. You know, it's
nice.
That kind of movement that's useful for new fighters to take into account. So we get into a lot of one-on-ones here. Again, it's going to come down initially to who manages to get the takedown, just to get the numbers overlap. And I actually think in this instance, it's Roland that goes down shortly over a right kind of back middle.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, he was trying to get a trip here, and then he got stuck, I think, on the pole. And that's what led to him getting taken down. Unfortunate.
So good attempt at using the body. Good vision from the Drake fighter to see that his teammate's in a very bad spot. He's trying to do as much as he can to pull the elbow off, push his head back. Trying to get his teammate out.
I don't know why he's still bent over. It feels like he could be getting up by circling out now.
Happens in a second.
And
1 for 1 there.
Yeah, 1 for 1 here. Nice hitting here. And he tries to use the bodies.
Yep.
Immediately. Doesn't have the power behind the push, unfortunately.
So he's managed to get up to a decent position. Drake still have.
Yeah, just from a technique standpoint, I'm not the best offensive wrestler, but I would say I'm pretty good at being defensive, and this like getting out is one I drill a lot.
Yeah.
And what he needs to do is get his leg straight here, because one, that's a great way to have your knee blown, and he needs to start circling out through here.
To the free side, yeah.
And if you cannot circle out, that he has a lot of weight on you and he would fall on your face, you basically need to stick yourself to him, like, sorry for the analogy, but as if a dog tries to hump your leg,
Yeah.
And don't listen. Don't listen. uh, he start. I don't want my dog taking any notes on that one. And then basically like squat him as if you would be squatting with a weight on your shoulders.
Yep.
So just trying to straighten up is not the best way to get, but he circles out here, so
Yeah.
kind of works out. But then you need to like stick on the dude so he doesn't have the pull on your head, and you don't want to give him your back necessarily. All right, he's getting out. At least gets his axe. Nice boxing here.
Bump, bump. Leg pinch. They managed to take his
Get
base
him.
away.
Get
Goes
him.
for it again.
Nice.
So, as you can imagine, at this point, Drake, who were tier 2, agreed to come to tier 1, a 4-2 up against Invicta 1, one of the best teams in the UK, and arguably top teams in the world from past results. What lets them down in a minute is just a little bit of kind of rookie mistakes and awareness, because they do have quite a few inexperienced fighters in the roster, and this is all testament to Invicta and their toughness as well. So particularly this. So Seb manages to use a body
That's nice.
and get two guys down at once and equal it up to 2-2.
That was really cool move by him, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, you wouldn't get that with more experienced team.
No. And again, but it's
and use the
good
bodies.
use of the bodies again by Jacob. And Jacob is a big, strong guy who's got good judo and hits nice and hard. So Invicta were made to work for that one. And Drake, kind of put everybody on notice that just because they were supposed to be in tier 2 doesn't mean they necessarily should be in tier 2. So there's some good movement and good vision.
A great charge here.
But two things happen at once. Yeah, Stephen makes a good cross charge from the list, but Roland also gets a front head drag as well. So they get a quick numbers
advantage. Was it slippery,
advantage.
or was the?
It was at parts. So the weather was changeable. Sometimes the sun was out and it was blue sky. Other times, it was, I wouldn't say heavy rain, it was light rain. But underneath the grass, there's like a rubber matting to help keep the grass together. So at times, you would find the feet just slipping a little bit. And you do see that. But really good tactics from Invicta. You had a full list cross run and a great check and a good front head drag there from Roland.
Yeah.
But very quickly now they have the numbers.
Yeah. This guy, he has good field awareness, but he didn't really or necessarily react properly to the charge. What you should drill if you are the guy listening to this. You need to learn if you see guy front charging you, he should be sitting on his ass 90% of the time, because you use his momentum against him and you throw him over your leg with the underhook. And you don't do like the tippy taps here as he does. You move here. You can plant your one foot like this, but then immediately this leg has to go like all the way here to get the nice rotation. And this arm, you don't even need to like loose your or let go of your pole arm to get that underhook. You can use the the pole arm as a lever and spin him over. So, but that's a hard thing to drill, even in sparring. And as a technique, also very hard because you need to have a good mats that you can throw people against, and you need to have a faith in your guys to charge you properly, that you learn it, but also not like try to iron you out also, because that's a drill that has very high potential for injury, even like when you try to do it on 50%. And when you do it in sparring, like 5 versus 5 sparring, for instance, we cannot really do it in our gym properly because the list is not small, but if you throw someone in the soft kit against the legs here, that's also very high risk of injury.
Yeah, so, for sure.
But if you drill it down, great example of fighter having this really on point is McCabe from Kniash.
Yeah.
What we did, as we reviewed in our Carnage episode, like if he sees someone charging on him, that guy is almost certain to be sitting on his ass. So yeah, and here we see the difference between like the team experience. They don't do nothing like risky and silly in Victor.
So it was good takedown over on the 2-on-1, and
nice
then Steve
cooperation.
gets a very good takedown there. So Invicta win, but a really good show from Drake, especially in that initial round. A little bit of inexperience let him down in that, but again, good fight, really good fight, good to watch.
Congratulations to the Drake on like, or even not necessarily congratulations, but like my respect to taking up the challenge and just going head in and rolling the dice and no fear. Good job.
Yeah.
So, and the other one you wanted to take a look at was?
So we were going to do Northern Wolves versus East Anglia in the Tier 2.
Yeah. And again, thank you, Buhurt UK, for the footage and the timestamps. That's great job.
So you'll remember from our Castleton episode, obviously East Anglia, their first kind of outing in tournament, they came 7th out of the 15 teams there, and looked really, really, really good. For this event, because they weren't a team last year, they were placed in Tier 2, I think, based on the organiser's decision using results from last year. So they ended up fighting on the Sunday, and this is obviously my Northern Wolves 2 team. So our newer, yep, that's me. So some of our newer guys, 2 years or less in terms of experience. Some of our guys, one of our guy on the field, it was two of them actually. The 2 guys on the far left, their second ever tournament. So looking against a team that was very, very good at Castleton. So good one to watch, I think.
At Castleton, and even from the fights I didn't see all of them, but from the fights I saw from this tournament, East Anglia is one of my favorite UK teams, or even European teams to watch, because they do rookie mistakes and they will iron that out, but they have really nice some like moves, not necessarily even techniques, but like sometimes people are just more mentally suited for fighting, like they can use the situations or react to situations better than others, and they have really good reactions to some of the and some natural movements. Like I don't know how to explain it properly, but if I see it here, I will tell you. He goes for the hand here, and your guy does a good job not having his sword like in front of him, having it on the shoulder. That's how you counter the disarms. But East Anglia grabs 2.
So Will, who's their centre, the guy that stood there with the axe in his hand, he's very, very good at getting across the list, as you can see. So my guy Luke, Big Luke, as we call him, managed to get a good press. He hooks the leg in the corner.
Nice.
Gets the takedown.
And just another question. I see with your guys that they use a lot of visored helms.
Yeah.
Is there any reason behind it? Like you want to keep them safe, or they just like the
No,
aesthetics?
that it's all entirely their own decision. But one thing that I will say is, out of our entire team, there's probably 4 wolf ribs now. And again, most people have made they make their own decision. But on this particular lineup, I think there's 1 wolf rib, which Jonathan on the right hand side with his back to us is wearing.
Yeah.
Everybody else is either Spoleto or ROA. And it's the same in our team. We've only got, like I say, maybe 3 or 4 wolf ribs in the lineup. Everybody else is ROAs or clap visors, 1 or 2 nasals, English cross nasals. But yeah,
Nasals are more like understandable to me. But how's their breeding? Are there like any complaints about that? And like,
no, I mean we're quite lucky in that at our gym we own helmets for the club. So when people come and get involved, they get to try on 90% of the available helmets in the sport and decide which one they prefer before they spend their money. So these guys have all made the choice to buy the helmets that they've got because they prefer that style. A lot of people on my team like the fact that their face is pretty well protected with an ROA or a Spoleto. And they don't seem to have any ill effects. Obviously, you can pop the visor between rounds if you need to get fresh air in. Off you go,
Yeah, sorry, I was muted for the recording, but I forgot that you will hear it even through the Discord. So pardon me. My wife came back from her pottery workshop. Yeah, well, good on them. I'm kind of jealous because I would like to have a nice cool helmet, but I have claustrophobia and I just can't have any closed visors. So it's cool to see something different than all the wolf ribs. So yeah, I was just curious how they are feeling about it. Nice throw.
So there's a very, very good throw by Will. Good outside trip on Luke. He got hump and bumped and then thrown. And again, Will, for his kind of experience level in the sport, is very, very good.
I think your guy, even though he got a good throw here, is wasting his time here. Nice. Well, what happened here?
We ended up with a 1-for-1, so Jonathan ends up going down with Ben, which in that scenario is not a bad thing. So Ben Laker was on UK2 at Visegrad. He's a very experienced, very solid fighter. Not necessarily the end of the world.
Yeah.
Now my Kuba, managed to get the takedown. I know you said that he probably shouldn't waste his time, but he did manage to get it.
No, but I didn't. I meant only this like tippy taps with the axe here.
Right. Yeah. Because, right. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. That doesn't do much. And he obviously has really good wrestling, so he could focus on that or help his buddy here. It's like not me like shit talking him. It's just like I'm trying to see what better could he do in retrospect,
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, going for the head rip as a team, because he that Cambridge fighter had no idea East Anglia fighter had no idea he was there. Good outside trip by my Kuba, and then we've got 3-on-2. Now I was screaming at the guys to slow down and not rush, because that's where you make mistakes.
Yeah, and you got thrown over here.
Exactly. So now it's obviously 2-on-2. This goes for a little bit. Nathan does a good job of just keeping his feet and not getting thrown. And Uber, who's in the corner, does a good job in the end of actually getting over the top of his guy and using good basics to actually get the takedown. So we'll see that in a minute.
Yeah, and
That's
this
really,
position here, that's where you usually see the simultaneous takedown.
yes.
Like you are,
One has the underhook. Yeah, one has the headlock.
yeah, you have the guy in good position there,
Mhm.
and you would throw him down, but you didn't clear his grip on you,
Yeah.
and he will just take you down with him.
Mhm.
So even though, yeah, you're getting that, you're not going to survive that takedown. So good job saving his body here.
Yep.
But he should have let go of the body lock and just get away and restart the position.
That's the thing that's actually keeping him safe there. Nathan's got a really solid position, but that body lock with the pole arm is stopping him from going down.
Yes, but he could have restarted that when he got pushed.
So Cuban manages at this point. He's broken his posture.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his weight over the top, and he's a big guy. Like, he's a very big, strong guy. It's a very difficult position for people to get out of. And then at this point, you can't really see it from this angle, but Nathan has head control and Cuba got a leg control. So he hooked his leg and they basically just pulled. So we get the first round. Now the dynamics change again because Jack's in. So Jack is in the middle. He's their captain. He's a big, strong guy, but he's also very, very dangerous with his axe.
So what happened here? All right, center gets charged, goes after him, and
Yep, so
nice head rip.
He got on
uses the
Luke,
body and tries
and
to
then
save
there
his
was-
body, but didn't
Yeah.
manage to. And your guy
awareness.
your guy here made a right decision to hit this guy and not try to like push him down or something like that to help his teammate that way, because again he has this body lock.
Yep. But in doing so, he also takes his eye off the rest of the field.
Yeah.
And that's where that charge comes from.
Yeah.
And that was
hit.
a good shot by John to the back of Seb's shoulder there. So we go to a third round, all to play for. So Jack's axe breaks. Now this is where his experience comes in. Bang. So my guy Luke got a takedown. Cuba got hit in the hip. Luke does a really good job there of spotting that. I don't know whether you saw that. So Luke comes running all the way across. Watch, he realizes, takes his spare weapon away. But then what happens?
And you can do that.
Yes.
Or was it changed?
No, you can still do that.
Okay.
You do that. So he's taken away his weapon, but then the guy pulls him over whilst he's disarmed.
Yeah.
So he gets sat down. My guy gets stood back up.
And this should have been on hold, to be honest.
Yeah, so the hold happens here. So now it's being confirmed. So the marshals have held everyone. Everyone's listening, which is always nice. He gets sat down, Luke gets stood back up, and off we go again. So now we've got 4-on-2. I'm trying to coach my guys at the bottom end because they're nearest to me in going high-low. So Jonathan goes for the head. He gets it.
Hook is like here.
Yeah. And that's the end of that was the end of the round. So
cool.
Again, all of the fights, tier 1 and tier 2, were pretty well matched. Results wise, White Company won the tier 1. Invicta was second. Glasgow Swordbreakers were third. Wolves came in fourth, and Iska came in fifth. That's what I know off the top of my head. And then on the Sunday for the tier 2, it was Invicta 3, Wolves 2, Invicta 2, I think.
All right. Interesting that. Well, I mean, how do you see White Company 2? Like from a strength perspective.
I think the thing that lets White Company 2 down at the moment is their inexperience rather than strength. They're all very, very talented and very skilled, but they can get drawn into one-on-one engagements where other people's strength and experience and skill will beat them. And then when they lose the numbers, it can become a challenge. They've got obviously some guys that are 1 or 2 tournaments in, like we have. They've got other guys that have been around for a couple of years, but the cohesion of White Company 2 isn't at that level that obviously it is with the White Company 1, who have been fighting together for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. They will develop, though, obviously, when they get that into being a significant threat and start creeping their way up and up and up and up.
But White Company obviously works, or not obviously, but they work in a sense that as soon as someone from the White Company 2 steps up on the level of White Company 1, they take him, if there is a space for the tournament, into White Company 1?
Yeah, so I think for this tournament, they had Jake Bennett. So Jake's I think he's been doing it with White Company maybe 2 years now. I might be wrong, it might be less, but I don't think it's any more than 2 years he's been training with Armoured Martial Arts Nottingham. And for this event, I'm pretty sure he was fighting in White Company 1. So yeah, they do take in fighters from White Company 2 or whatever, depending on who they've got and who's available. And that obviously helps them because you're gaining experience in those scenarios where it's obviously you fight in White Company 1, whilst it's chaos, it's very controlled. They're very systematic, and you see that in the way that they fight. And I think that allows newer fighters stepping into that team the chance to work and learn safely on the job. Whereas when you're in maybe a White Company 2, they've got the tactics and the techniques, but the execution isn't necessarily there as a team all the time. But they will. Obviously, the more they fight together, the more they train together and fight together, the more that'll develop.
Cool. So let's move on to the Cincinnati Siege. And yeah, one thing I forgot to mention with Gabreta, I didn't really enjoy the tournament, to be honest, because I had a fucking terrible migraine, and I was praying that nobody hits me in the head. Otherwise, I would add some extra padding to my helmet.
Yeah.
But fortunately, that didn't happen. But yeah, that wasn't great, and it just sucks that you can train your ass off and just
not feel right.
Yeah, something that you cannot really affect ruins your tournament. But I tried to do my best, but that wasn't the best performance. But yeah, well, sometimes you just got to adapt.
Yep.
Terka said she enjoyed the tournament,
Mm-hmm.
probably because she saw me getting beat up. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right, so Cincinnati Siege.
Yep.
This is day 2, I think.
Yep. This is finals and mass battles. So
Mhm.
this will be Pale Horse against the Dire Wolves, I believe it is.
Mhm.
Obviously,
Yep.
Xander, our friend, who's been on the podcast, captain in the Pale Horse there in the middle.
In the middle over there.
This
And
is
if I remember
again,
correctly, day 1 they got undefeated record. Pale Horse in the group.
Yep.
All right. So first round of the finals day. Let's see how it works. And one thing, when I was watching this tournament,
Did
guys,
you think the list was massive?
oh, that's just the right size. Could be even bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bigger the better in this case for me. But like it was the same with Cincinnati Siege the last year that I saw. I appreciate the streamers or the guys handling the stream that they try to give us the best angles they can, but like when you fuck around with the camera half the fight to try to get the right shot for 3 seconds, that doesn't really improve the viewing experience. But that's just a side note, like no shade, just
Yeah, we work with what we've got, right?
yeah. But I really like this perspective. That's perfect for the tactical overview. So we see Xander. He has the opportunity to circle back here, but probably
Yep.
chooses not to because then he would expose his buddies over here and his buddies over here. So he takes care of their center, so his guys on the sides can work. One cheeky shot over there from each other. And oh, I missed the takedown here.
Very, very quick Soto against the list. And it was what makes that one unusual, I'm going to say, is that he was tripped away from the list, which means his feet were in the wrong position. Because your list is safety, right? You're back against the list. You're not getting tripped into the list. You're getting tripped away from it. So it was a very, very good outside trip.
Xander got thrown.
Yep.
And he attempted to take down there. And seems like he lost attention for a while.
A good solid underhook, step through to a Tayatoshi.
Yeah.
Good again. Good judo. And if I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I think his gauntlet was off, so they sit him. But I think it might be Boris who looks after this team in the US, and Boris has got decent judo and very, very good coaching as well. I think we're on a 2-on-1 here now, yeah. So.
And it was the similar takedown that we saw from Sadakunta.
Yep.
2v1.
So Chris, I think that's Christopher Sanna for Pale Horse. He's trying to attempt the Soto, but he actually puts himself on one leg by doing so, and they just were able to push him over. Obviously, push him and make him fall.
And do you know something about this Direwolves team?
Again, I don't really know much about him, which is why when I was kind of looking at the footage and going through, especially when we got to finals, I looked at this and thought, okay. It was worth reviewing because obviously we know Pale Horse, we know kind of the performances that they can have. I don't really know too much, again, like I've said about the Direwolves, but to see that first round really kind of piqued my interest.
But there was some turmoil regarding Pale Horse that I really don't want to get into.
Mhm.
And obviously their performance in Carnage wasn't what they expected. So despite that, they managed to clear the group stage before, and
Yep.
unfortunately, like it can happen, single elimination. What
Mhm.
can you do? But it's good to see them like back on the track, and like if they didn't crumble, they will get better. I believe.
Yeah. Joel's doing the checks.
All right. So. Nice charge here.
Yep.
Huh. How did
Oh.
they get such a power play? So
So
center.
yeah, centre runs across. Xander then comes across, and it leaves. I don't know who it is for Pale Horse, but it leaves him isolated.
Yeah, they utilized that really well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are gonna leave your guy like that, he has to know about it.
Yeah.
You have to either plan it ahead or tell him as you go away. Because then
Yeah,
he can bend over and turtle up and be more defensive. Here he was just like standing upright. That's not gonna work.
I think it's both though, isn't it? In that position, at one point, he had both of them in his vision,
Hmm.
and as soon as one went past, he wasn't doing a quick shoulder check to make sure that the guy was
Yeah.
actually being taken care of. Now, what happened? Christopher Sanna went down at that point as well, so he's been taken there, so he gets thrown. He's trying to get the throw, so this is that position we were talking about
Yeah.
before, and it was a good counter reversal from the underhook.
So that's one of the defensive moves what the Direwolf did here on Christopher
Yep.
Sanner. I like using that a lot, and well, I guess we would find out anyway. How you counter that is that you don't spin him all the way and keep your feet planted. You hold
Yep.
the head and you move forward.
Yeah.
So what I mean is, he has the head and he tries to spin it like towards the list. And if he went this way, he probably would have gotten the takedown, or at least
Yep.
didn't go down himself.
Yep.
Get him. Lex is in there. No. 1 for 1 at least. No, they stop it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh well. But
So good result for the Direwolves team, and 2 rounds, good teamwork. Pretty clear takedowns in a lot of instances as well.
yeah, that was good movements, good one-on-one techniques, nice defense that we saw there. The counter. Can't argue with that result. And the next we go for Barbarians versus Kniash, gold medal match at 127.31. Right, so obviously currently the best team in the USA, Kniash versus Barbarians.
Yep.
how did Barbarians place on Carnage? They were like sixth or
think they,
eighth.
yeah, I think they were around about mid-table, if memory serves me right. I know that one of their guys ended up going to the hospital. He took
They
a.
actually
In
might
fact,
have been
I think it was
they probably
something
might
else.
have been last because they had a lot of injuries, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember, to be honest. I don't want to talk out of my ass, but they were tough. They just were lacking a little bit. So it's interesting to see them here fight for the gold because they weren't against like bad competition. Obviously, Dragons were there taking bronze, and they went through them, if I remember correctly. So classic Kniash move.
Yep.
Circle back, occupy by circling to the back, you occupy center, you occupy this guy, you occupy this guy, and another Kniash typical move. They are stuck to each other like glue on this
Very
rail.
heavy stacks, yeah. Now they are without Andrew on this one, McCabe. I think he had an accident, so he wasn't here at this one.
And what I'm just trying to get back to here is that that's what we spoke at Gabreta for Sabel Wrestler. He pushes him away and then immediately circles out, rotates back to his side and goes for a head rip.
Yeah.
Push him
So he
away,
pushes,
get some space, go for a head rip.
Gets it. Good twist. And now he comes back round, gets it on the other side. Solid head drag attempt there as well. And then they go down together.
Yeah.
Very, very, I'm going to say typical Kunyaz, but very clinical. Obviously, practiced, well rehearsed, and it works. One guy falls, then the next guy falls, and then swept.
Yeah. And from all the moves, you see that they planned that ahead and they drilled it. There's like nothing random, nothing chaotic. It's just like they have this position, they know what to do in that position, they know what their guy is gonna do in their position, and just execute it. It's beautiful. It's so clean.
There we go again.
Second round.
So stacked on this bottom list again. Big push on the top.
And big Kniash guy here. He does a good job covering himself with with the opponent against the enemy center.
That was unlucky. That was a good attempt at the throw there.
You mean this one? No, this one.
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
Turns him well.
Yeah.
But gets pulled over.
Yeah, if he would put his arm on the rail, he would have survived.
So we had a gauntlet come off, but then a good throw.
Nice.
That was beautiful.
That's clean.
So he meets him. Good punch. Good sweep.
Nice. Yeah, that's beautiful.
That was very, very nice.
And he keeps his, after the punch, he keeps his arm his hand on the opponent's head. The opponents
Yep.
try to like circle out. You
Mhm.
can't get through the arm, and then you just help him with the sweep.
Sweeps. So
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So that arm post makes him try and come to the right hand side
Mm-hmm.
into the sweep.
Mm-hmm. Clean. I don't know how he breathes in the helmet.
Yeah, I think that's Ian, isn't it? Yeah. Not
He
sure how he does either, but he's a big guy. He's got a
nice.
good overhead control. Good head rip with a
Great.
leg pinch.
Great job.
There we go. So we've gone from very, very clinical, impactful first round to tied up after 2.
And it seemed like Kniash kind of let loose a little bit. They weren't as
Mhm.
like uptight, but uptight is what works for them. And that's where you see teams that are more used to the chaos or are less
Yeah.
methodical be able to use the situation to situation awareness.
Mhm.
So probably if I were to say how to try and beat Kniash is to like throw them off their game, do something unexpected, force them out of their shell. Because you're not getting through the shell probably.
Yeah, they tend to keep everything really tight, and pretty well tactical, but that broke down quite nicely.
Yeah. So again, they now you see them again sticking to their book. Two
Mhm.
guys glued together here. This guy covering here, but being like more open, more ready to charge the other side, and their center going through. Man, I'm so sad they aren't going to Invitational.
Mm.
Attempt for a hump and bump. Good defense there. So how he defended the hump and bump is with this arm post that he pushes his head away
Mhm.
and without being able to like stick on his opponent, he doesn't have enough power in just his hand to throw him over his leg.
Mhm.
So that arm post is what saved this guy.
Yeah.
And he managed to get his foot out, and he's safe. But what we see from this Kniash fighter is that he keeps chaining the throwdown attempts. He doesn't
Mhm.
like take a rest. Just this doesn't work, doesn't matter. Another one will work. Another one, another one, another one, and eventually he will get it.
Yeah.
I imagine. Good cooperation here. Alright, now he sees that he has the power play and he doesn't
Mhm.
need to push it as much. He doesn't need to
Yeah.
give his team the power play. So he plays it smart, doesn't risk, and just takes the gold in peace. Alright, so congratulations to Kniash on taking another gold. And congratulations to Berserkers on taking the
Mm. Yeah.
silver there over Dragoons. Good job. So yeah, great American tournament. Obviously not to the size of the Carnage, but still amazing competition.
Mhm.
I'm just so curious to hear from Adam to tell us how he sees the difference between US
Yeah.
and European Buhurt, because it's just like when you watch the tournaments, it's not the most interesting thing to me is not how, for instance, we or White Company or Iron Wolves compared to the Kняž, US and Dragoons and stuff like that. The most
Mhm.
interesting to me is how, like, I don't know, Svorjim Minken compares to the Pale Horse, or uh, I don't
Yeah.
know, Lions of Steel compared to the Berserkers, and like
Mhm.
the not necessarily the top four, but the top 5 to top 12 is what I want to see, and we will probably never see it, and it just
Mm.
drives me nuts.
Yeah.
So we move on to the last tournament, the Grunwald Arena Cup, where there wasn't too many teams. It was, I think, against the
6
six,
teams, I think. Yeah.
yeah, probably six, because it was Iron Wolves, White Company,
Mhm.
Polish national selection, as we saw in
Yeah.
the Gabreta 1 and 2,
Mhm.
and then Sierotki, the teams that were the guys from the teams who weren't selected to the nationals still formed the teams and fought there. So that was Kesar, Sierotki, Legenda Pulnoci.
Mhm.
I think that's it. So 7
Yeah.
probably. So, but the most interesting and I won't say shocking, but things that we were waiting for a couple of years for White Company to lose happened here. If you don't talk
Mhm.
about Libushin against Dominus,
Mhm.
somebody else than Dominus managed to beat White Company.
Yeah.
And I mean, in Visegrad, Polish team also uh, beat White Company,
Yeah.
but White Company still managed to get the gold. This was the first time since Libushin they aren't getting the gold there. And it was done by Iron Wolves. They have no mercenaries. They are just homegrown guys, coached
Mhm.
by and led by Matthias and Frederick Soyborg. Matthias, who
Yeah.
won the Persona of the Year for
Mhm.
this very good reason uh, from the Buhurt International competition. And it's just interesting to me. Like these guys, they don't change their tactics, they don't change their approach. They just do what they do, and they just get better and better and better, and step by step by step by step. And
Mhm.
even at World Championship in Visegrad, they were this close in beating White Company in
Yeah.
the playoff.
Yeah.
White Company wouldn't have even gotten to the uh, finals, or not even semifinals, or the last round robin, whatever it was. And they went back, they learned from it, they said, okay, this is working. We just need to get it a little bit sharper, a little bit better. And they did it
Mhm.
here, and they took the gold, beat the White Company twice, because they had group stage, and they, again, next day it was round robin for the finals, so we will see both of those.
Mhm.
And just congratulations, guys, like, well
Yeah.
deserved. I'm pissed that it wasn't us first. You took that from me. You couldn't have waited 2 fucking weeks. But like, what can I do?
Well, you'll
Congratulations.
get your chance. You'll get your chance at the invitationals, won't you? With both of these teams.
Iron Wolves are coming.
Thought they were, but it might be Iron Wolves women. Actually, now you say it.
Yeah, it's women. I'm
Ah,
afraid.
right, okay.
Yeah, but I can beat those two. If they want this smoke, I don't discriminate.
Yeah.
All right.
So, just a point of note for anyone watching: White Company have got Johnny Porter and
Yeah.
Emil Goose on the team as well. So Johnny is in the list in the middle at this point in time. Emio's out as a sub. So White Company, Dan Winter, Barney, JP Kai, and Johnny Porter in this one against obviously the Iron Wolves guys. So
Yeah, but they can't use it as an excuse because obviously those guys are great.
Yep.
So just to point out, White Company, they had Bohosh using pole arms, but I don't remember anyone else using them consistently. But now
Jake.
Jake, okay.
Jake Coles would normally use a pole arm as well.
Yeah, well, but they weren't known for pole arms, but now they use way more pole arms than I remember, or maybe I'm just wrong, whatever. But Iron Wolves do not use pole arms at all.
No. So JP and Kai have got pole arms over on the top of the screen.
Nice charge from Barney, but he almost got countered. Good vision from the Iron Wolf center. Almost had him.
Nice.
Disarm
there.
And that was Johnny Porter trying to rush through. And Iron Wolves have just perfect vision. They know what's happening at every corner of the field, it feels like. And they trip him there.
Yep.
But this was kind of shitty situation here. Why is that quality so bad? It's probably from the source, never mind. So this guy is disarmed. He went for a weapon. He got handed the weapon right into his hand, which is not allowed. He got seated for it. I think that's... I understand it. It feels like a bit too harsh of a punishment for such a minor thing, but whatever. If marshals feel like we need to enforce this way, let's keep it that way.
So it is specifically written in the rules that being handed a weapon gets you grounded.
Oh, I know.
When it's a tabletop.
Yep. I know. It's just like feels a bit harsh to me, but I understand it. That's the rules. Whatever.
At this point, 3 years after the tabletop came in,
and that's stupid. You know, this was a stupid mistake by the Iron Wolves on the sidelines, because Matthias handed him the Falchion, and then he goes in and hands him the axe right into his hand. So he gets him seated straight away. But the shitty thing, nice takedown here by the Iron Wolves.
I went charging in, but JP got caught there. I think it was JP.
And so the marshal is trying to stop it here. It would seem like this guy doesn't know about it. The White Company guy. This Iron Wolf sees the marshal. He goes away. He gets disarmed. While complying with this marshal. This guy, the Iron Wolf that got handed the weapon first, sits down. Yeah, disarm here. And now chop here. That was a big shot. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that KO'd him.
He does fall face first, I think.
Yeah. Like, you are sitting, you get hit like that. How is this guy not seated? And what the fuck is this marshal doing? How is that not a hold? Like, the situation is messy. I know I'm constantly complaining about marshals, I'm sorry, but, like, what the fuck was this? They should have called hold and solved the situation. This could have ended really, really badly for the Iron Wolf guy. Like, that could have been a serious injury and serious concussion, at least. Man, that was stupid. But, whatever, we want to win. Let's get to it. Nice attitude from Iron Wolves. No complaining. Except for that guy, he's angry. But I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And that's no newbie Marshall. That's Mache. He's a legend.
I don't know. I don't think Maciek was the marshal that was stood there
Was
trying
it?
to intervene.
Oh yeah, they might have rotated. I just see him here.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Nice
Take down
takedown
over
here.
there in the corner.
Mm-hmm. How did he do it?
It looks like he's got a good haft hold on the side of the neck.
Yeah, so
Side of the helmet.
White Company guy,
Mhm.
he tried to go for a takedown, but like with the trip with his leg here.
Yeah.
And Iron Wolf reversed him, kept the leg
Yeah.
trapped, and while he was trying to get him out, get
Mhm.
his leg out, the White Company guy,
Mhm.
he got leaned back, and
Yep.
the Iron Wolf just followed on. Nice. Nice kick. And this is where you would want to have a halberdier.
Mhm.
Because it feels to me, even in other fights, that Iron Wolves are really good at getting the power play, but then they have issue finishing that power play.
You've got Dan Winter in the corner. Those strikes, he's going to take them all day long, regardless of whether he feels them or not. Kai's obviously very big, very, very strong. In this scenario, like you say, without a pole arm, the only options that you've got is you're either hitting him where he's going to feel it, or you've got one guy attacking his head and another guy attacking his legs.
And they both go down.
They both go down, but that's a 3-1, obviously, for the Iron Wolves there.
I remember when we but that was not a full Mamanci team. It was like a mixture for Way of Honor last year. We were in similar position, but I was really out of shape by then, and I was tired as hell, and I couldn't like take it anymore. So I saw that we are 4 versus 2. I didn't want to risk because I know White Company guys. They are dangerous at any point of the fight. So I said, okay, this doesn't work. I'm just gonna take him down with me, and I just went to the ground. As we talked about, that's a bad move, but that was very, very intentional for me to go down like that. But that was tactical. Like he was. That's how you're gonna get that round. Like sometimes when it's that kind of competition, you have to think a little bit about like playing the rules.
Yeah.
So not proud of it. I'm in better shape now, 20 kilos down. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
No change up in the lineup
Mm-hmm.
on White Company's side.
Oh
There are
really?
a couple of
They didn't
changes.
change
Yeah.
anyone.
No, so Johnny's in the middle, Dan and Barney closest to us, JP and Kai at the top. That stayed the same. So
And this is Emil and
Dom Mayhew. So Dom was in the sport many years ago in the UK, probably 10 years ago. Left the sport and recently, within the last maybe year, has come back to it and is training out of Harbour Martial Arts with White Company in Nottingham.
All right.
So that big guy closest to us from Iron Wolves tried this a lot in a lot of his fights, where he's effectively trying to crash 2 fighters at once. Didn't quite work this time, obviously against White Company, but he did have some success with it in the other fights. This is interesting though, because you've got your isolations, all one-on-ones, double at the top, another double with, I think that was Johnny.
Yeah, that
going
seems
down
like
as
it's.
well.
Did you see that? It's like a glitch in the Matrix. They both Iron Wolves go up at the same time, and now the White Company guys go up at the same time. In the same way, exact same way. Oh yeah, okay. So Iron Wolves didn't win. That was simulation. It was just a. They
let's
hacked the
not take
stream.
anything
They
away
hacked the
from him.
stream. Okay, I
So
thought.
you get another one-on-one there.
Yeah.
JP goes down.
I trusted you, Mateus. I trusted you. Fucking hacker. And Daniel Winter here is yanking on that guy for the whole time.
Yep.
He's constantly trying to take him down.
He's doing a good job of obviously bracing himself with his arm across the list, and you can see Dan's trying to clear his elbow. And then as soon as the pressure lets up, he manages, there you go, pops his head out. So we can probably skip through this because it turns into a little bit of a grind for a while.
Yeah, not much happening for like a minute and a half.
I mean, we say not much happening. There's a lot of pushing and pulling going on.
Yeah, I mean, like from the viewer's perspective, but
yeah, for sure.
It's tiring for them, like crazy, for sure. All right, there
Barney
we go.
Eventually.
Eventually, Barney gets it.
Great.
And that's with the sword he has against his face, and uses it as a lever to get some extra push, where the armor doesn't necessarily allow you to put your hands together like that. So you use the sword as a lever to get right on that face and circle him out.
So he has a good underhook.
Yeah, and also an arm trap here.
Yeah, exactly. So he pulls one arm, underhook, elevates him, and then taps the inside of the leg. Now, I think this was within the last maybe 20 seconds of this round, 10 seconds there. So White Company win that round at a timeout, 5 minute 2-on-1. Then we go to a third. Now, same again. White Company have not changed.
Huh.
They've not subbed anyone in.
That's okay. They probably feel the pressure. They don't want to take any risks and trust their cardio. That's interesting. A lot of dynamic charges.
Yeah, Johnny flying through the air as usual.
But without any real impact. And we see nice leg trap here.
Yep.
With that, Barney cannot get on the offensive and has to hold the rail.
Mhm.
Do not get
Has to fight to get
spun
his-
out from the rail,
Yeah, he has to fight to get his leg
Yeah.
back first.
and gets it. Nice Muay Thai kick. And both go down. Unfortunate. Yeah, this guy has like good Muay Thai.
Yeah, he does. That was a beautiful, beautiful trip.
Mm-hmm.
And not just good Muay Thai, but very, very
Mhm.
good grappling as well. He
Oh, and
circles John. He sees Johnny circle.
you can't have it all.
Long reach in a Soto. Boom.
Nice.
And you don't see that often.
Hmm. Yeah. He handed him over nicely, and yeah, he took over the position from his buddy. Nice.
Yep.
That takes a lot of strength to do this.
So JP is very, very strong. Very strong.
Yeah, that guy is gonna have like 200. Nah, it's too much. Like 150 at least kilos in his armor, and he just squats him like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm. We end up with a one-on-one going down
Nice.
over in the top left. Any second.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good attempt by the Iron Wolves fighter. And now we're 3-on-1 here. 3-on-2, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Huh. I feel like the White Company guy, he wouldn't have went down like that if he wasn't tired. I'm just wondering if not switching at all is starting to play a role here.
That was a very good takedown there as
Yeah.
well. Just a little bit further. So he's
Mhm.
got a good head pinch. He gets good foot position, uses the leverage on the list.
Nice.
And 3-on-1.
So what we saw is that Iron Wolves, they excel in one versus one takedowns,
Mm-hmm.
and even when they have power play, that's not necessarily like 2-1, 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
They don't necessarily get the takedowns in the 2 versus 1, but they like freeze the position in 2 versus 1. They are secure in that. They know that that guy is not gonna do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And they let the guy that's 1 versus 1 like do the work himself. So that takes a lot of faith in your guys and a lot of skill.
Yeah.
So
It certainly does.
so that was the groups.
Yep.
And now that this was the next day, so or
No,
maybe
so
later.
this was same day,
Same
but
day.
I think they did these from like 5 p.m.,
Mm-hmm.
5, 6 p.m.,
Right.
which is why it's starting to go a little bit dark at this point.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. But still, anyway, White Company had a couple of hours to sit down, watch the tape, see what didn't work, and let's see if they manage to switch something up or adapt to what Iron Wolves were doing.
So same starting lineup for White Company. The only
Mhm.
difference is they've switched Dan and Barney to the left, top,
Mhm.
and they've brought Kai and JP down to this bottom
Mhm.
rail.
So again, big push by the
Yeah.
Danish rail. So what I'm seeing is that White Company adapted in a sense that they don't let themselves go into 5 1 versus 1s.
Yep.
They keep it grouped here.
Yep. Johnny tries that charge, but it was well spotted. So now it's broken down into the 5 1-on-1s again. Barney gets taken down there.
And that's where Iron
Very, very
Wolves
clean.
excel.
Very, very clean.
Yeah.
And goes down in a
Mm-hmm.
mutual, so they still have the 1 man up.
So yeah, now we are in Iron Wolves territory. Chopping on the ass in a tie.
Mm-hmm. Johnny almost got that, but he does a good job. Look, recognizing his teammates in a bad spot. Pushes Johnny's pressure up. Trying to help his teammate get out of it.
Yeah, from the start, from the first fight, Iron Wolves really display a perfect field awareness. That was big punch, nice.
Big punch, but it also feeds Johnny's head. Look.
Yeah.
Like, it's working well together.
Beautiful. Gut punch. Oh yeah. Oh, where are those pierogi? Let me see.
Good 1-on-1 takedown there in the top left. So now it's 2 2-on-1s effectively.
So yeah, again, like what I was saying, the guy that's in the power play that's loose, he just makes sure his guys don't fall and lets them work their wrestling. Nice.
Very good teamwork.
Matthias is pumped.
Even though we've not got the sound on, we can still hear him. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't put the sound on because there is a very intense commentary by Olo, who seems to have been shouting the day before, whole day long. So I could treat you to some Polish growl, but if you want to hear that, you can find it yourself.
Yep.
You could sample that and put it into like some really hard song.
So, no subs for White Company again. Barney's in the middle. Johnny's gone over to the top with Dan. Don't know whether there were any subs from Wolves there. I don't think there were.
I believe there were. I don't think this guy with the shield was in last round.
Yep. All right. Yep. So
Yeah,
a couple of subs for the Wolves. White Company keep it with the same 5.
Yeah, they just all look the same.
I must admit that I do like the tabard.
What's your opinion on the, or your reasoning behind the not switching when it comes to White Company?
I honestly don't. I honestly don't know. Obviously, there's faith in each individual's ability to be able to turn the fight around, and I know how hard they train. Like, it's exceptionally hard. So, from a cardio kind of endurance point of view, I can't imagine that that's an issue. Obviously, it isn't an issue. They don't think it's an issue because they're not subbing in either Emil or Dom. Maybe consideration about experience in a fight like this in the final against such a strong Iron Wolves team. But outside of that, I'm second. I'm only guessing, but cardio definitely won't be an issue. Obviously, skills and experience for every one of those fighters in the list is not an issue.
And Emil is a pro fighter. I don't know about his acolytes in 5 versus 5.
Yeah, there's that. Dom, like I say, Dom has been out of the sport for a while, come back to it within the last, like I say, it's probably 12 or 18 months, thereabouts. Normally fights on, or would fight in Buhurt on a White Company 2. He's at this event because he was fighting on PWR as well, obviously. So he's fighting on White Company 1. Like, deserves to be there because he's at the event. Whether or not, from an experience point of view, probably not there to be challenging some of these Iron Wolves fighters. that might be a consideration. I don't know. Maybe because White Company have dropped the first round, they think they have no option but to have to win the second. There's no choice. They either win it or they lose. It's hard to say, really is.
Wouldn't you then put them into the first round?
It depends on whether you want to risk losing the first round, full stop, or
Right.
whether you're going out there with your strong, experienced, trained fighters to try and win that first round and put yourselves in a better position.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about that cardio thing, because I mean, I know White Company trains like crazy. I know that, and I know they can go for like 3 rounds of pro fight, no issue. Like they work the same at the start as they do at the end. It's just that they are still humans. You are still
Oh, yeah, for
fighting
sure.
in armor. You are still wrestling huge dudes.
Yeah.
You are trying to defend their wrestling. You are attacking with your wrestling. You are putting all your strength behind it, if you have to. At some point, you are gonna guess out. I don't care who you are. At some point, you are gonna guess out. Of course, the line when you are gonna guess out is different, but I don't know. Like, I'm not saying their decision is bad. I probably would have done the same decision if I was at that lineup. I'm just like trying to see it from different perspectives.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, at
And
this
this
point,
hasn't
they've had
worked
a
for
couple of
them.
hours.
This hasn't worked for them 3 times already.
Yeah.
So maybe they forgot about them.
Oh, disarm.
Uh-huh.
Good disarm there from Kai.
But it was the same approach again to the start from the Danish guys, and
We've ended up in Barney. Barney sees the opportunity, makes a good run. Johnny got a good takedown there up in the top left. Clean outside triple up the rail.
Beautiful. Got a bit stuck there, but he's out. Nice.
Very, very good takedown.
Hump and bump, textbook.
Yep. Very clean. Recognizes his teammate was in trouble in a 2-on-1 and comes across. Now, I think, if memory serves me right, if we keep an eye on that engagement with him and Johnny as well.
Look at the dust coming out of this kick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope that was caught on camera.
I think he gets a takedown on Johnny shortly as well. If my memory's right. But again, we've broken into these 4 1-on-1s again. And so far, Iron Wolves have proven to be superior in a lot of these exchanges in this particular event.
And that's crazy to say that someone is superior in that sense over White Company.
Oh, yeah.
You would think about that as their domain.
Yeah. There it is. He manages to get that attempt on Johnny.
What did his leg?
So
his leg did some weird move.
Yeah, he goes for the outside, like the Asoto, steps across, drives, and I think Johnny might lose his back foot, his footing as he drives him over.
That's what you get for stretching too much. High kick.
I know.
Into the armpit. Okay. That's one armpit strike I'm not gonna be mad about. Ah, no, that's why he jumped. I thought he was like,
Yeah, no,
haha, yeah, hit me
Kai's
more.
got
Yeah,
no, Kai,
he has
he's
his,
got the leg pinch.
yeah.
Yeah. So Kai's got the leg pinch.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, heavy pressure forwards. He knows there's someone behind him, so he's got to.
I would have just chopped him up over the inner thighs, to be honest, at that position.
And does a good job of getting across. To try and at least get some contact with Kai and keep the fight clustered together.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's gonna be purple.
Yeah.
And it's also like, yeah, you can be tough, you can take those hits, but you are still human, and when you get hit like that on the skin, you are gonna get your muscles are gonna seize up. They're gonna cramp.
Yeah.
And no matter what, you're gonna lose your mobility in your legs, or like stability.
Mm-hmm. So there's an armor failure.
Yeah, that's the knee was hanging loose. Oh, what type of knees he has? I wouldn't.
One.
Yeah, that's a bit too loose, but.
That, to be fair, that probably came from that leg pinch that Kai
Yeah,
had on
yeah.
that leg as he's pulling it backwards. The strap's probably broken.
He was on his neck here.
Oh, there's also falchion goes into his wolf rib a little bit.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so if you watch, so Kai's on the neck, watch the falchion. Just keep watching. You see it? He's.
Oh yeah.
It's in my wolf rib.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna save you, bro. No worries.
So what we missed whilst that was happening though is the takedown. Was it a takedown over there on Dan, or was it another armor failure?
I think it was armor failure. Yeah.
Yeah, armor failure. Yeah. So Dan gets sat for an armor failure. At which point, you have the head rip.
Are they gonna restart it? Get them stood up?
No.
No. Okay. All right. That's it for the Iron Wolves.
So I think you're right. The Iron Wolves managed to pull that into the individual one-on-ones, and in a lot of instances, it was either both fighters went down together, or they won the one-on-one exchange. And winning the one-on-one exchange then allowed them the freedom to just help kind of coax the teammates into the takedowns. They weren't doing anything head rip wise, like 2-on-1 hump and bumps or anything. They're just striking, softening up, pushing, pulling like you do. And they did a really, really good job across both of those fights. And, you know, afterwards, it was really good to see, you know, White Company kind of came out and said, look, yeah, we've been beaten fair and square, and it's good, you know, for us. It shows that we've got solid competition out there. We've got teams that are pushing us, and we need to go out there and obviously basically train harder and get it back.
That's professional athlete approach.
Exactly.
That's how I would classify White Company. They are the closest to being professional, at least in our sport, I think.
Mm.
Uh, not money-wise, but mentality-wise. Yeah, well,
But I
congratulations,
think
Iron
the other,
Wolves.
yeah, congratulations. I think the other thing as well that shouldn't be understated is the job that Matthias and Frederick have done. Those guys are all homegrown talent. They've all started with the Iron Wolves, trained with the Iron Wolves, been taught, and got to that point now where they've had some good performances over the last few years, but obviously this one must definitely be up there for them, and it's through the drive and the training, taking those guys, teaching them, and obviously the teamwork as well. It's great to see.
Yeah, it's I always love to fight Iron Wolves. They are great competition, and iron sharpens iron, no pun intended. But yeah, it's another motivation to get to tournaments with them, meet up, fight. Unfortunately, I think they are not coming to Invitational. But we will for sure meet them in Denmark at the IMCF.
Yep.
That will be interesting. But the IMCF rules are slightly different. I still need to study them a bit more. Yeah, I can I can't use my favorite weapons, which I'm gutted about, but hopefully that won't be too much of an issue. And yeah, but well, Iron Wolves, if I don't want to poke holes in them and or at least publicly, and right while they triumph to talk about their weaknesses, but yeah, White Company had Kai. He's a huge dude, but would I be wrong to say that this roster of White Company had less size? Like obviously Bohoush left or left Buhurt and focuses on pro fights, but
Yeah,
it just feels like the fighters on White Company are smaller size than they used to be.
I don't know.
On average.
Because I mean, Martin wasn't there, but Martin is 6'1", 6'2", 95 to 100 kilos, average sized for most of people in this sport. Ole obviously has joined White Company. He's 6'4" and
But he wasn't
105
here.
kilos. No, this is what I'm saying. So there's no, in my opinion, there's no difference in this White Company lineup to what it was last year, except the fact that there obviously Bohemil's not there, Martin's not there, Ole's not there. That doesn't really make much of a difference.
I meant this tournament specifically because if I had to find one weakness on Iron Wolves, they always seemed to me like they struggle a bit against teams with significant size advantage.
Okay.
Because their 1 versus 1 style, it works on people of the same size. But if you are fighting like big monsters, you kind of run into a wall where, yeah, maybe you don't get taken down yourself, but you are not taking that guy down either. Usually, from what I experience. So I would like to see them match up with White Company in their. I'm not saying this wasn't their full strength, but with a slightly different roster adjustment. Like I'm not saying Oleg is better fighter than this fighter or that fighter, or that they were missing Oleg or they were missing like that guy or that guy. it's and that would make their team stronger. It would make their team different, and I would like to see Iron Wolves fight that different team, not better or worse team, but different team.
Oh yeah,
If
and I mean
yeah.
that'll happen, won't it?
Yeah, so I'm really curious about that. Yeah, so that was that. And oh shit, 3 hours. When did that happen? I thought we are like hour and a half in. Well, oh, well, we took a long break. That's all right. I'm sorry for keeping you for that long.
Mega episode.
Yeah, and so what's next? We will have Ratai tournament, obviously at the same spot where the Kingdom Come Ratai tournament was held. It's a second year. Last year was great competition. It was hot as hell. On par with Visegrad, I would say. So hopefully this year we get a little bit less of that. But there is even more teams than last year, and I'm really looking forward to the competition. And then I can't think of any other tournament.
We've got
up until
Tournament of Deeds. Tournament of Deeds is the 27th of June, so at the end of this month. It's another UK event. So that's the one that I know of. And then Invitationals will be in Romania, now that it's fully public, in the first... Wow, yeah. First weekend of July. So Oradea Fortress in Romania. So that's the first weekend in July, and then
I guess we can bite into the sour apple. A lot of teams dropped out from the Invitational, and I don't know. We are not gonna drop out. We're gonna be there. We're gonna beat White Company. I mean, we're gonna compete.
Yeah.
No. And so, do you want to share with us like what's going on in the backstage of that? Or
I mean, let's talk about how these events happen. Okay, so we for the Invitationals invited. I say we, Buhurt International, obviously, of which I am a director of. We ask for interested hosts to put proposals together for hosting or being a part of the Invitationals, the same way that we do for the World Championships. So the same as we did for Visegrad last year. When we get that information through, we obviously review it. There's an analysis process, and then we pick which event we obviously want to partner with. So Buhurt International have partnered with effectively a Visit Oradea, which is the tourism board for Oradea, and they put on the Oradea Medieval Festival every year. That festival is subject to local funding, federal funding, and obviously a lot of things that go on behind the scenes for that to happen in Romania. We were hoping that would have been concluded earlier in the year, but it just dragged on. So we had our agreements in principle with the hosts, but obviously financial constraints on who's paying for what and how things get done still needed to be agreed, and that was subject to local budgets and federal budgets being agreed. That just took longer than we'd had hoped, if I'm being perfectly honest, and it sounds like it took longer than the local hosts had hoped as well. That's all done. It's all agreed, all on board now, but as a result, I think some teams were a little bit cautious to commit to travel to an event that they felt wasn't 100% announced. The other thing that I will say is that obviously contractually, Buhurt International can't announce an event outside of the agreements with the hosts. So we couldn't announce we were doing it in the location we wanted to do it in, where we agreed to, until we had certain milestones, contractual things in place. And that just took time. It has taken longer. The good news is everything's full steam ahead, all go. yes, some teams have dropped out. We have been obviously then going through and reaching out to other teams that were in the rankings to see if we can infill that. But regardless, it's going to be 3 good solid days of dueling competition and Buhurt competition on both the male and female sides in Romania. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too, for sure. I still think it's, or I'm convinced it's still gonna be great event. You're still gonna put the same effort into the production, into all the other or all the things that are outside of fighting, and we
Yep.
as a fighters that are going there are gonna put all that we would into the competitiveness and the fighting as we would if it was with the teams that were originally planned. Of course, I'm gutted that I will not be meeting Dragoons there, who will be at the Way of Honor, fortunately, and Kniash and Australians. Unfortunately, Mark, that we had episode before, also had to
Havoc
drop
is
out.
still coming, I think.
He
But
is?
Havoc is still down to come, but I think Bryce's team, Bryce Lightbody's team, decided not to make it.
Right. Okay.
So, because I know that Havoc has signed on to Visegrad tournament, which is the weekend after, and they're still down for that. So, again, we've had challenges in the background. Obviously, when we're working with other hosts and other events, it isn't all about us as BI. We have to bring certain things to the table. The hosts have to have certain things agreed with whoever they do business with. And those things can be a little bit out of our control at times, which they are. We've got it over the line. We're happy to obviously put on a good event as part of a much larger medieval festival as well, and do our bit and showcase the sport and the teams and individuals that obviously are coming. And then hopefully, one thing I hope will be taken away from this is that it shows the community to have faith in BI for when this comes around again, hopefully. To go, actually, if they say they're doing it, it's going to happen. And then people have a little bit more faith in what we're saying behind the scenes and so on as we move into obviously the next ones. So yeah.
Yeah, well, still, BI is run by volunteers such as yourself, and World Championship worked out great. This will be great too, as I said, but not with the competition that we desired. But it's the production and everything will still be perfect. I'm convinced, and there will be, of course, lessons to be learned. And next year there's going to be another World Championship.
Hopefully, all being well,
and hopefully you will not ditch the idea of invitationals, because I'm really excited about that. And do it, learn from it, and get better. Because nobody is professional, from what I know, in the BI leadership and organizational team. So
we all have our own jobs and our own families and our own lives.
Yeah, and your jobs are not hosting events mostly.
No, they're
all.
not. But again, it's something that I think people lose sometimes. Obviously, they're dealing with BI, fighters deal with BI, teams deal with BI. But we're not. It's not just us. It's not our event that we're putting on wherever we want. We're trying to partner with really good people in really good locations that either have pre-established really good events or are willing to put in the effort to make a standalone event as good as it possibly could be for what we want, what we desire. And obviously, you're working with other people. So some things have to be done by other people. Some things have to be done by us. We have to work together. And that provides challenges. And like you say, we're all volunteers. We don't get paid to do this. We do it, because we love the sport and we want the sport to be by the people, for the people. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Romania. I'm looking forward to the event, the festival as a whole. But like I say, then hopefully the community sees that it's a collaborative effort and there's more kind of trust and commitment in future for when these things roll around again.
And if you think you could do it better, join in.
Yep.
Join in
If
the
you think you
organizational
could-
team.
If you think you could be a great host and partner for BI, you've got a good venue or a good festival or a good location, next time the bids go out, email them in, get in touch with us, and obviously we're more than happy to consider them.
Yeah, and yeah, what I meant is that the doors are always open to people with energy who want to get this, who want to help make the sport better and help you with organization and all the things that come into it. So yeah, go help. And yeah, so with that, I wanted to get into the format of the podcast that we'll be doing now over the season. So probably it will take another couple of weeks or two, not two, 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks before we get together again and do another episode. Because I work a lot of weekends, I fight a lot of weekends. Danny also does so. And this format where we review multiple tournaments in one episode is probably going to be that for the season. I also want to look at Ebistov that already happened, but we just couldn't fit it into this episode because what the fuck, it's already 3 hours 15 minutes. And so yeah, so in between the episodes I will create a community Discord. I will share the community Discord in the description below the episode and on Reddit and stuff like that. So if you want to discuss Buhurt, you want to talk about techniques, you want to talk about the fights, I will be there. I will be more than happy to talk about those with you, discuss anything related to Buhurt. And so yeah, if you're interested, join in. And also like, comment the video, whatever. We are gonna make millions. It's gonna be monetized. Our 200 viewers are gonna make me rich.
Views, yeah.
Yeah, then I will not see a dime. I'm keeping all the money away from him. So yeah, thank you, Danny, for joining me again.
No problem.
I'll see you at the Invitationals.
You certainly will. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks everybody for listening and watching.
Thank you. Bye.